It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio Shock Jocks.
Opie and Anthony.
In the world of Radio Shock Jocks, the biggest are Opie and Anthony.
These people say shocking things that border on offensive in order to entertain their audience.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio Bad Boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Radio Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
All right, we get it. Hey, man voice.
Ooh, you're hurting me now.
Yeah, you know I am.
Grandpa, could you whip me up some ovaries?
iTunes Apple Store offers slew of programs and games. How about the game Take Picture of Genitals, Send to Friend? now open your cheeks up.
I want to hear
wide.
the sniffing
Open
on the
up,
radio.
cheeks wide.
Wait,
My teeth hurt.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning. Hey. Nice sip of coffee, and we're off. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Hola. Phone number 877-212-0-A.
The X-Files.
What, Jimmy?
The X-Files made $10.2 million.
Yikes.
Is that a good weekend or no?
Are you kidding?
No.
I didn't even see the box office
I
receipts.
just happened to open up to it.
X-Files, yeah, there it is, 10.2. Got beat by Mamma Mia. More people wanted to see Mamma Mia over the weekend, 17.8. And that movie's been out 2 weeks, right? And then Step Brothers made $30 million. And this Dark Knight, unstoppable.
Yes.
Fastest movie to $300 million. Dark Knight is number one at the box office for the second week in a row. $75.6 million made for that Dark Knight. Hey, that's a good observation right there, Jimmy. I think the X-Files, they waited too long.
Yeah. I think the people that were really into it and stuff could kind of give a crap now, I guess.
Aren't you a big X-Files fan from back in the day?
Yeah, I really did enjoy watching it and stuff. I saw the movie when it came out. And did I go see it? No.
No? Any desire?
When it comes out on DVD.
You know how sad that is?
Or cable.
We had David Duchovny on that couch, and that wasn't enough for you to go, you know, I'm a huge X-Files fan from back in the day. Had the star of the movie and the TV show on my radio show.
Yeah.
And you still didn't go.
No. It's a mystery. They need to find out. Why didn't people go to the movie?
Watch Californication.
Yeah.
I think David Duchovny has even moved on. He's all about the Californication now.
Well, Gillian Anderson was in, was that Hotel Rwanda? Was she in? Or that other one? No, she was in the other one with, what's his name, from Uganda. Yeah. Last King of Scotland.
She was in that. I saw Last King of Scotland. I don't remember her in that.
Yeah, she's the, like, kind of almost love interest of the guy.
Wow.
Didn't look like her at all, to tell you the truth.
No clue.
Yeah. Totally different kind of character and everything. Mm-hmm. She's kind of more of a hippie chick than she is the scientific character she comes across on X-Files. But, yeah, no one knows that because no one saw the movie.
What, I saw Last King of Scotland?
No, I mean
X-Files.
Yeah.
Did you see Last King of Scotland?
Oh, yeah, it was great.
That was an amazing movie. How was everybody's weekend?
Very good.
Weekendy.
Yeah?
Nice. Could sleep. Like sleep. Sleep rules. And then just go out, drank, not have to get up, worry about, you know, feeling like crap.
You got your drank on?
A little bit of my drank on. Went to some wine tastings out on Long Island yesterday.
Out east?
Trudging through the pouring rain and lightning to some vineyards.
Was that
it? Fans.
Why did you have to do that? Was that like a personal thing? Or
yeah, it was, you know, my mom's Sal and stuff, which was pretty funny. It's kind of the point where toting those two around, it's like having children in the car. It's children. Drive around, and Sal is just like looking out the window going, have you ever seen a P.C. Richards that big? And I'm just like, no, I haven't. You're right, it's big. Look at that one. That's look at the Stop and Shop Superstore row. That's giant. Like, yes, the building's big. The building's big, Sal. They just turn into retarded children after a while. And they get into these inane little spats with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, Sal, shut up, scratch your ass. All right, Ro. Whatever you say, you're right, I'm wrong. And I'm like, I'm ready to turn around and go, I'm going to smack one of you. Don't make me pull this car over.
What's wrong with scratching your ass, by the way? Because your mom says that when she's mad.
She goes, oh, go scratch your ass. Because she's kind of saying whatever your point you're trying to make isn't even as important as scratching one's ass. So it's like, just go scratch your ass. That makes more sense and is more important than the point you're trying to make.
Yeah, when your parents get older, they become the kids.
Oh, they're
pretty much getting you back for what you put them through when you were a kid.
Sal could not be happier with the giant buildings. And then it's like, look at the P.C. Richards. That's a big one. And oh, look, it says grand opening. Well, you don't know if it's a grand opening, Ro. Just like when it says going out of business, you just don't know. And I'm looking at these people going, oh, my God. This was, a few years back. It's Mom and Sal.
They were rocking,
going out on the boat.
They were drunk driving on their huge boat.
Sal's backing a friggin' 40-foot Sea Ray into a slip with one hand on a drink and one on the throttle. Not even hitting a pole.
I actually saw that
one. The guy's an amazing captain, and there he is, thrilled at the big red and white P.C. Richards building. Jesus Christ.
You could run for hours in there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's just thrilled about it. It was.
Does he talk about cheap gas yet?
No. But they did. They all were very curious when I filled up how much it cost.
Oh, really?
Right when I got in the car. So what was it? Like 97. I remember filling up my car for $5.
You should have doubled up. $190.
Yeah. 100. Yeah, it was $200. What?
They got a few years to go. When parents get too old, all they want to talk about is where to get the cheapest gas in town.
Yeah.
And they like to talk about, like, I don't know, blue plate specials.
Yeah, cheap food, things like that.
It's food and gas. That's it.
Like, I know that a lot of the conversation was, Mom loves Entenmann's Donuts. What the hell else was there? Yeah, there was, Sal, and Mom got into a little thing about the deck out back of their house. Apparently Mom doesn't like the deck. Sal likes the deck. Well, Sal, it looks like crap. Ro, I'm going to have it power washed and redone. It doesn't matter, Sal. My sister said that it would look better having some stonework laid down. Oh, your sister who has 3 concrete slabs that are cracking in her backyard? And I'm just driving going, oh, my God, I want to hit an abutment. I just want to do 90 into a bridge abutment. Can we get struck by lightning, please? That was, yeah. That was part of my weekend. They're very funny, Mom and Sal. They've just turned into, like I said, children.
They should have a reality show.
Oh, Christ.
It would be a good one.
Could only imagine that one.
Yeah.
And they dropped by the house. They called up and said, you mind if we come by? I want to see, the progress, what's going on at the house, Anthony. Me and your mom want to come by. It's like, okay. And Mom's in the background. Don't bother him, Sal. Your mother didn't even want me to call and ask. Oh, Sal, stop it. He's busy. He doesn't want... It's like, no, it's fine. You can come over my house. Holy God.
They're bored. They're retired.
Bored crapless.
They're bored.
Both of them. God, if they don't kill each other.
What do you do when you retire? My parents are the same way.
Annoy the crap out of each other, apparently, is what you do. You retire and just annoy each other. Yeah. My mother can't find enough things to do where she's out of the house. and doesn't have to, like, hang out and deal with Sal. That's it. She's out. She's at the gym. She's working. She goes to the store. She's just shopping. She's out like a maniac. And Sal's at home. Hello. I call up his mom there. No, she's out again. I don't get it. She's always out. I get it, Sal.
You think your mom might have found a younger gentleman?
No, what are you kidding? They're past that, too.
Really?
Oh, please.
Why, they're talking about their sex life?
No, the lack thereof.
They tell you this stuff?
No, Sal just talks about, I remember those days.
And you know what that
years
means.
ago. Yeah.
A lot of people already checking in on instant feedback. They saw The Dark Knight, and Jimmy wrecked the movie for them. And we didn't even do any spoilers, really.
No.
Oh, good.
Just because, Jimmy's impression of Batman, and now people are going to see the movie, and that's all they can think of is Jimmy's impression of Batman.
All they could think of is that dumb Clint Eastwood voice he's doing. Good. The movie was good, but that was irritating.
That's the way you do it, too.
I'm Batman. We've heard.
We've heard. Recognize the mask. Thank you.
Exactly. The pointy ears, the big cape, and the B.
You didn't have to really say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a car with a bat on it. We get it. I have to become a person. Shut up. I certainly would hurt the box office.
Yeah. I got a slight dilemma. I don't know if people like or dislike when we go down this road, but every phone is on hold, and they're all Buffalo listeners. What to do?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they took us off the air officially in Buffalo for Edge morning music.
Oh, now it's official? We're done?
Yeah.
Sons of
Oh, did you
bitches.
see the email? Did you see? I got an email. One of the listeners sent me an email they got from the station about it.
Do we have that stunt brain? Yes, sir. Why don't you just be honest with the listeners instead of trying to spin it? They're basically telling the listeners that they asked for this. They asked to hear music in the mornings that they could get from their iPod.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Yes.
You're lying. I love when stations do that. You asked for it, and we gave it to you.
We told you what the deal is. That company's in financial ruins, and it was a cost-cutting move. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Our stockholders asked for it, and they got it.
Right.
A cost-cutting move.
Yeah. In this day and age, no one is asking to hear music on their radio station. They can do that with their iPod, their iPhone, their internets.
Uh-huh.
Their
internets.
3Gs, their Wi-Fis. And I know this is a complete lie because I know the guy who wrote this. And I know he's not happy that we're not on in Buffalo. Who wants to read this today?
Well, you guys want to split the duty up? It's 8 pages.
As a valued Edge Cyber Club member, I want to write you directly about the change we've made in mornings at Rock Radio 103.3 The Edge. As of 9 a.m. this morning, The Edge will no longer carry the Opie and Anthony show.
Thanks.
There are many reasons for this decision, and I will share some of them with you.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
What is an Edge Cyber Club member? How does one become a Cyber Club member?
A valued Edge Cyber Club member.
How do you become one? What do you get from being that besides this fantastic letter?
I don't know what it is. We were up there for 2 years. I never heard of the Cyber Club member.
Hey, what is that?
We've been very serious in our U1008 initiative.
What the?
It's like 2008, but there's a U.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's listener control.
Right.
Like the listener
Which
decides.
isn't really listener control at all.
No.
Because they would never put the listeners in charge of anything. Too much money at stake.
The last 10 instant feedbacks, all from Buffalo. All from Buffalo. We have been very serious in our U1008 initiative. Much of our music contests, weekend themes, and other programming have been driven by you. As part of this plan, we've been overwhelmed by 2 major factors. First, we are bombarded with calls and emails asking us to be more local in the morning. That is such BS!
That's more crap.
That is BS!
That's... Oh.
That is BS!
Just liars. Just effing liars, man. That wasn't happening. You're lying.
But who would call and say in those words,
could you be more local?
I want more local programming.
I need my local traffic.
It doesn't happen.
No one's ever called a radio station and said, could you be more local?
No.
Ever.
No. I've been in radio for a few years. I've never gotten that call.
No.
Hey, could you be more local? All righty. I was traveling down the FDR today.
Oh, wow. You were just local for New York.
New York, a little local.
Yeah.
Shut up.
There's so many places to get traffic and weather and all that stuff, and every city has 10 stations. You can get that from
local
5
this is
seconds.
1940. Shut up.
That local thing is such a lie because most radio stations, I swear to God, you wouldn't know it was a local station by what you're hearing in between the records. Because there's not much local stuff going on.
Oh. Bombarded with calls and emails. Bombarded. You want bombarded, you stupid son of a bitch? We could get you bombarded. Believe me, we can.
Bombarded with calls and emails asking us to be more local in the morning. Even hardcore fans of O&A have expressed those sentiments.
Shut up! Shut up!
This is what we got to deal with.
How did you know it was a hardcore O&A? I don't get it.
James Kurtziel is a lying sack of crap.
Even hardcore fans of O&A have expressed those sentiments. So
no, they didn't.
They're loving the Opie and Anthony show, but then they're going, but you know what? I need the local news and weather.
Need them local. Yeah, we need weather and news.
That is this business sucks.
Ugh.
Even hardcore fans of O&A have expressed those sentiments. The other concern shared by many of you is that since O&A and Trent and Reagan don't play music, the Edge hasn't felt like the rock station that it used to be. They got their iPods for that. Hold on a minute. Brian in Buffalo, what's going on?
Boys.
Hey.
How are you, Brian?
You're missed in Buffalo already.
Yeah. Well, the morning show is accepting calls about O&A this morning. 716-644-9EDGE. So they decided to take us off. I think some people were holding out hope that they would wake up over the weekend and not do this, but they've decided to do this. Right now they're playing the Goo Goo Dolls Slide, if you care.
There you go. That's what they were bombarding them with.
That's what you, the Buffalo listener, demanded today. Goo Goo Dolls Slide. That's what you demanded. Not hearing Jimmy do Jim C. or his Batman impression. No, you want the Goo Goo Dolls Slide.
Actually, with those two examples, you're probably right.
Let's say hi to John in Buffalo. John.
Hey, guys.
Hey, John.
Yeah, it's small consolation, I know, but the guy who was on there was saying, oh, man, I got to play. He doesn't. I don't think he likes it anymore. He probably likes you guys. He probably listens to you guys. I don't know who he is or anything because I turned it off.
I've been emailing this Jim guy, the program director of Rock Radio 103.3 The Edge, off and on for the last 2 years. Trust me, he's lying through his teeth because he's trying to save his own gig, and I don't blame him, to be honest with you. This came down from corporate, and they said, write this and put your name to it.
Well, they might as well get ready to change formats because they're not getting ratings the rest of the day. So, they'll be playing country next or some crap,
I don't know, sir. People demand local programming.
Yes. They're clamoring for it.
They don't want to
bombarding the station.
Yes, we don't want to hear laughs in the morning. Let's talk about the Trough.
Yeah. Let's say hi to Robert in Buffalo. Robert?
Hey, guys. I was throwing in. This is BS. You guys are awesome. I listened to you the last, 8 years. On 2008, how about me not listen anymore in 2008?
Thank you, and you have a very comfortable speaking voice.
And now they just ran a sweeper that says Shred and Reagan in the afternoon for free. 103.3 The Edge now playing Linkin Park. So now they're trying to encourage our listeners not to go and get satellite radio or figure out that they can listen to our show still through their iPhone.
I hate everyone involved in radio. I just hate them all. They're wormy liars.
I would have a lot more respect if they said, look, it was a cost-cutting move. We loved O&A. And this is what we got to do. And we're gonna,
be honest.
And we're going to make the best of it. I mean, to lie and make us look like idiots is just, that's not cool.
That they were friggin' bombarding them with calls and emails. No, they weren't.
That line, even the hardcore fans of O&A have expressed those sentiments that they wanted local programming.
You know what? They pretty much have to save all of those things for the public record.
Right.
Show me the emails. I want to see them. I want to see the clamoring of emails that demand local programming.
Yeah.
Good. You got them on file. Post them. Show me.
And then it continues. First of all, everyone here at The Edge has a great deal of respect for Opie and Anthony. You will hear some people say that the show failed here, and that's why this is happening. But that couldn't be further from the truth. So if it didn't fail, why are we off the air this morning?
Cost cutting.
O&A were successful in Western New York, and we remain honored to have carried them for the last 2 years. So for the haters out there, because they're spinning everything we do these days, we were successful. Even the effing PD is saying that.
Even the lying PD is saying that.
Right. Part of our plan 2 years ago was to grow the station by putting Buffalo radio legend Shredder Reagan in the afternoons. The move of that show has been a tremendous success. By adding O&A to our lineup in mornings, we created compelling radio that Buffalo embraced. While our plan was indeed a tremendous success, it is now time to move to the next level in the future of rock radio in Western New York. Starting this Monday, meaning right now, Anthony, I will go on the air in the morning dealing you the rock music you demanded.
Wait, this idiot is going to actually go on the air? He's the one?
Yeah.
Get us some tape.
He doesn't want to do this, by the way. I got a secret email from this guy, and, screw it, I'll blow up his spot. He goes, they're forcing me to do an air shift instead of continuing to carry you guys. This guy has no desire to be on the air. He wants to be the program director behind the scenes.
E-Rock had a good one, one of the emails. Dear The Edge, please be more local. Sincerely, Fareed.
So he's going to be playing the rock music you demanded. What song did the listeners of Buffalo demand? I need to know what the next song is. He's on right now. Oh, he is? You'll have direct access to me. I will answer any and all questions. We will also create an O&A forum at WEDG.com for you to share your thoughts on this decision as your opinion matters. Feel free to call me Monday at 716-644-9EDGE. There's a lot of negative press about radio in the 21st century, but understand that Buffalo is different. I'm from South Buffalo, and I've known these 3 words my entire life. The 3 words, everybody?
I'm a douche.
Hey, what? Buffalo expects more is the 3 lines, Anthony.
Is that it?
With that being said, we're now poised to give you more. It is with mixed emotions that Opie and Anthony depart. We must now look to the future and the opportunity we have to produce a Buffalo-based morning show that can belong to our community.
Yeah.
It's making my stomach hurt.
A morning show that will not only entertain you, but give you the content control and Buffalo material that you expect from us. We will invest in our morning show. They didn't invest in us. They just flipped the switch and we did good. We will invest in our morning show and our ability to be a 100% Buffalo radio station. I look forward to telling you all about it in the coming weeks. They don't have a plan, by the way. This came out of left field. This guy has no clue what's going to happen next. I hope to see you at EdgeFest 2008 on Saturday. And that's James Curl, Program Director, Rock Radio 100.3 The Edge. So there you go. Let's say hi to Jim. Jim, what's going on?
Just so you guys know, his nickname around here is Evil Jim. Ooh. And he started off as an intern in the Shredder Reagan show, so I was definitely
is that it?
Pretty quick.
I actually know Evil Jim very well, and I can't trash the guy because I know damn well that this was not his decision, and he's just trying to save his little radio gig.
The station was very cool to us, man. This is, just doing what they're told.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's right.
No, it's your show.
I'm sorry, man. The 3 words that we should be for Buffalo is Buffalonians are crybabies, because if you just get XM or if you get an iPhone, you'll be able to listen to you guys. Stop whining. And I say we should attack the other morning shows in revenge for them taking you guys off, because they're a bunch of total hacks anyway.
All right, Jim. Thank you so much.
Well, I don't understand the 3 words my entire life. Buffalo expects more. Is that like a big thing up there? Like where Buffalo residents just expect more?
Jimmy, I lived in Western New York for off and on 10 years. I did 3 years in Buffalo. I've never heard that saying. I lived in Buffalo for 3 years. Never saw that on a T-shirt. Never saw it on a bumper sticker. Never saw it on a coffee mug. Never saw it written in the sky over the city. Never saw it at a Bills game.
Doesn't exactly seem like a teen anthem type of a... We expect more. It's terrible.
It really is. Oh, this business, like Anthony says,
it's just the people in it.
It's just ridiculous.
It's like the only, not the only business. I guess any business, like big business, people just lie. They can just lie to you. That's what they do.
Yeah,
that's what big business does. They lie to you.
None of them can be men and just come out and be honest and go, look, this is the way it is. It
honest.
sucks, but we have to do it this way. And that's on the corporate side.
All right, we got to take our first break, but that's what's going on in Buffalo. And by the way, they are lying to us because they said that we're going back on in Syracuse, and we're not on in Syracuse this morning.
No.
So what, they decide not to do that now?
I just...
We all know why. We all know why. Let's be honest.
Why?
Starts with a J, ends with a WS?
No.
Oh.
Starts with an M, ends with an R.
M.
Oh, N?
M.
Oh. It's different.
No.
An M and an ends in an R. You know?
No, he was close, though.
All right, we got to take a break. We're just babbling
It's a big word mystery.
It certainly is.
If you wanted local programming, you're going to get word mystery.
What are they playing right now, E-Rock? Commercials. All right. So I'm sure they... what did they entertain their Buffalo audience with the last 20 minutes? You only heard 2 songs, and what else was on there?
That's local stuff.
Oh, wait. All right. Well, hold on, because we are going to move on to other things. This is not a good way to start in Norfolk, Virginia. I want to say hi to everyone listening in Norfolk, Virginia. We lose one, we gain one. That's how this business works. And then they'll hate us, and they'll get rid of us, and then Spokane, Washington will pick us up. This business is so stupid. Here's the first break. Instead of us in Buffalo, this is what they're playing today.
Lincoln Park, Rock Radio 103.3, The Edge. You knew that was Lincoln Park. It is Evil Jim. I'm tired. I don't really want to be here. We're figuring out what we're going to do next in regards to our morning show. You can keep the O&A calls coming, 716-644-9334, 716-644-9EDGE. Keep them coming. I'll keep answering.
See, this is a corporate decision. The radio station does not want to do this. God. Oh. God. Ow. Oh.
What the hell was that?
I've had it.
Oh, a mug.
God, I've had it.
Go. When you need to know something, call Opie and Anthony.
Call 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-WOW-1-WOW.
They will give it to you like it is.
Cell phone and PDA users, send your message to feedback@opieandanthony.com.
Everything is happening now. Opie and Anthony has it for you.
Good morning. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony show. We got a new market today. They must be thinking, what the hell is up with these guys?
Get used to it.
Well, we lost a very important market. Not an important market. We loved being on in Buffalo.
Of course we did.
And we know for a fact they took us off the air because it was a cost-cutting move. They wanted to continue with us for like 50 G's a year. And we said no, and they said, all right, then we're going to go do something else. 50 G's for a morning show in Buffalo is a bargain.
Yeah.
And we were going to do it for just a little more than that. It's a cost-cutting move. So now they're trying to spin it and say, you demanded that we be local. You demanded Edge music. No one's demanding that stuff.
No.
You wanted to get us ridiculously cheap, and we're like, well, all right, how about just a little cheap? And they said no. We weren't making any real money off the Buffalo market.
No.
Without getting into the business plan, trust me, we share a lot of that money with a lot of people. And then they just lie through their teeth, hence the breaking of many things in the studio during the commercial break. But I'm okay now. I go to Kenny, what happened to my coffee mug? He goes, you smashed it into 1,000 pieces, GH. Phone number 877-212-0A. So we say hi to Norfolk.
We got Norfolk?
Yeah, Virginia.
Or was it Norfolk?
I like to say Norfolk.
Norfolk. You can say it.
You better pronounce it right, or they're gonna go, we demand a show that pronounces it right. See, these guys aren't local. They don't know how to say the name. Shut up. That's not how radio works. Unbelievable. All right.
At least we picked up a top 10.
Yeah, we're doing good. And we're supposed to be back on in Syracuse, but I guess they're lying through their teeth about that.
I don't know.
This Citadel. They took us off Syracuse and said, well, we're taking you off Syracuse, but we're going to keep you on in Buffalo until at least January, and then we're going to try to figure out something past January. I'm like, all right, sucks for Syracuse, but we've been in Buffalo for so long. That's kind of good news for us. And then a week goes by. Oh, we made a mistake. Actually, we're going to take you off Buffalo, and we're going to put you back on Syracuse, even though we already told the Syracuse listeners that we got a show called Shut Up and Rock.
Yeah.
So now they have to get rid of the Shut Up and Rock and bring us back.
Great.
And that was supposed to happen today, but we're not on in Syracuse, so is that more lies? Is that more corporate lies?
I don't even know at this point if they're that calculated. I just think it's pandemonium over there. People running around, pulling their hair out, just screaming up and down the hallways, picking up the phone and go, take it off. Put this on. I don't know. Ah! Just pandemonium.
It's like Gordon Gekko's office.
They've lost their mind. Their collective minds.
Leave it to Anthony to bring back the funny, because now that's all I'm going to think.
Yeah, just running around like maniacs.
You know how kids just run from one side of the room to the other, just pulling at their hair. What are we going to do?
I don't know. Take this off. Say the people demanded it. Put out a press release.
Give me a Shut Up and Rock show.
Yes.
We need to do Shut Up and Rock.
Call it Shut Up and Rock. Just say the people needed it.
Just write something that has the word local in it. We need to be local. Local radio stinks. Don't people understand that? Local radio stinks. There's nothing fun about it.
No.
And radio's set up in such a way. Let me take you inside a little bit. Radio's set up in such a way, if you truly wanted local, because in that thing we just read, they said even the hardcore Opie and Anthony fans demanded this. See, this is what the hardcore Opie and Anthony fans do in Buffalo, okay? Mm-hmm. If they're really loving what we're doing, but they're like, you know what? I gotta get some sports scores, some local sports scores, and maybe some traffic. When we play 10 minutes of commercial, guess what people do? They search out maybe a little local programming, and then they go back to the show they really like listening to.
Get whatever local info they need.
Or they pop on their iPhone and do a little quick local news search. No one demands local programming. God. Let's say hi to Paul in Maine. Paul.
Hey, how's it going, boys? Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Hey, Paul. Thanks.
Hey, you know what really sucks worse than anything else is not only do they cram this crap down your throat about it with listener choice, they took you off in Portland in lieu of Christian rock, if you can believe it.
Christian rock.
I tuned in to listen to you guys, and all of a sudden it was the Praise the Lord station. Holy smokes.
This and I believe Maine is another Citadel station, right? So so there, and you want to maybe imitate what's going on in the corporate office? Take Opie and Anthony off! Christian rock!
Get him off. Put it on. It's got to be the exact opposite of what it was. Do Christian. Put on Christian. Christian rock.
And then they hide for 3 months, and then they peek at the ratings. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, God. Oh, let's see if this Christian rock is working.
Jesus.
Oh, God, down more. The ratings dropped again. Oh, God. All right, get a Shut Up and Rock show. We need a Shut Up and Rock show in me.
Unbelievable.
That's Wall Street calling. Oh, God, what are they going to tell us? Oh, God. What's our stock down to today?
What is it? It's pennies. Yes, it is.
Oh, this business is so stupid. We got replaced by Christian rock in Maine, Portland, Maine, Ant. That's wonderful.
Saw that coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because Christian rock radio is just taking over the country.
Of course it is.
It's a hotbed of activity in Maine, I guess. Ugh.
God. Well, and we move on.
Yes, we do.
Now that the merger went through, I guess.
Yep.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
After they hose down the floors in Washington.
Oh.
After they run through there with the machetes. They look like Rwanda.
This is going to be a bloodbath. For the people out there, XM was completely taken over by Sirius Satellite Radio, even though they like to call it a merger. It was a takeover.
Yeah.
It was certainly a takeover. And I guess there's going to be some kind of announcement today that makes it official, and then all hell is going to break loose with XM Satellite Radio. There is going to be a team of guys going down to Washington with machetes just chopping heads off this week. Chop, 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 chop.
You think right now there's a lot of awkward conversations in D.C.? Like, they're going to need people to help them get to know the place down here.
Wow.
They're going to keep this facility, too.
I just picture that scene with the consultants in Office Space where they walk in and they're talking. It's like, what do you do? Well, I deal with the people. I'm the guy that goes between the... Oh, so you don't do anything. Could you describe your job, please? I'm needed. I'm necessary. Out the door.
There's going to be a bloodbath. Mark our words. I would imagine hundreds of people are going to be fired from XM.
Hundreds?
I would say hundreds. There's a lot of people down there.
Redundant people will get fired.
And just in case you're keeping track, one of the message boards has it wrong. We're down to 65 days left on our XM contracts.
Oh.
And obviously we want to continue. Yes. We're waiting for some kind of phone call that might give us some kind of hope that we will continue. 65 days and counting before our contracts end with XM.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to confuse the issue. We definitely want to continue. A phone call would be nice. That's all. I know they got bigger things to worry about, like lopping off the heads of the useless.
Yeah, I don't think they were going to be making any phone calls before this went, official.
You think
That's
You think we're part of the useless?
I've been told in my life many times that I'm useless.
I've never been made to feel any other way.
Yeah.
I've never been made to feel good.
Yeah.
Part of the team.
Yeah.
It's like,
So there's a lot of changes. A lot of changes in this business lately. And then local TV here does a fine little thing on Pandora's Box for the iPhone. So.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, for the iPhone.
Yeah.
What's that?
Where you could just pretty much listen to what you want to listen to. That's why these Shut Up and Rock shows and we, they demand edge music is just so ridiculous.
Everyone has phones now capable of getting music.
This is the time in radio where you have to find really solid, shows that can compete with iPhones, that can compete with satellite radio, that could compete with 3G technology.
Yes, 3G.
And could compete with the Wi-Fi. This isn't the time to, dump a solid radio show and start playing music. That's so obvious.
Yeah. Yeah, you could get anything on your phone now.
Right.
And just plug it right into your vehicle and listen to it through your radio.
Well, that's why Norfolk is smart today. They're trying to build a radio station with personality radio because you just can't get that.
No, that's the one thing you can't just whip up on an internet radio or your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Personality driven radio. Music, Just stop it. Don't try to sound like you're rocking. Because if you're listening on your phone, you're listening to what you want to listen to.
Right.
Not listening to commercials. It's just the way it is.
I've been building the ultimate Opie radio station on my device. I'll just call it my device. And I'm fine-tuning all the time. Like, oh, I got to add this song, drop this song. I'm adding this. I'm going to drop this. And I almost got the perfect radio listening experience as far as music goes. I don't need a radio station to do that for me. I can do it myself. This guy is so pissed. John in Buffalo, what's up?
Yeah, guys, we don't even get shut up and rock here in Buffalo. They just dump you out and give us terrible music.
So you would have been a little happier if at least they did the shut up and rock format. That's sweeping the nation.
Well, at least I could call in and complain to that bitch about how much I hate her.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, John. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
Well, I got saved by XM, so that's all right.
All right.
Cool. XM Sirius now. Is that what it's called?
I don't even know what it's called. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sure they got the new logo waiting.
It's going to be called the company we used to work for.
I don't want to get fired. I don't want to.
We're holding out hope, Jimmy. You never know in this business.
I don't want to get fired.
We're holding out hope. That's all we got. That's all we got.
I want to go, hey, guys, we're going to get rid of the old XM facility. It's a little costly, but we got a nice new place for you here a few blocks away.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your new badges.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you would?
Sure.
Like going into that building?
I would. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, the new place. We have roaches in our XM building now. There's roaches in
that
the
is
Steinway
true.
building.
It's infested.
I'm ready to get out of that building. There's cockroaches and water bugs.
Yeah.
I can't enjoy it there anymore. The office is a mess.
How could you not enjoy it? Is the video of Pat Duffy snorting the cockroach up online yet?
God, when you hear the three of them just popping through his sinuses.
Did we link that to onaradio.com?
It just hurts. The thought of it hurts.
For the newbies trying to figure out what this show's all about, onaradio.com is a fine little website. Well, we got one of our guys. He snorted up a cockroach, and the noise was just amazing. I think it's also on YouTube, or no? Yeah. What is it under there, young Sam?
Roach Wars 2008.
Roach Wars 2008.
Roach Wars.
Nice. All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to regroup and start doing our radio show. So, for the texters out there, get ready. Get ready to text.
Oh.
Get ready to text. That's all Oh, wait. Wow. I know this is radio, but this video is amazing. Roach Wars 2008 from Opie and Anthony on YouTube.
Yes.
That is disgusting. Pat Duffy snorting up a cockroach. Stay there.
This is radio at its most fascinating. Cutting edge radio. I don't know how to do this.
Opie and Anthony.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony show. Jimmy's got a little something for the fans.
Yeah, we got our Traveling Virus show. The only one we're doing this year is Saturday, August 2nd at PNC. Live Nation is doing something. It's a $10 gross ticket price being offered for the lawn at PNC. You can check out livenation.com for details, but they say a gross ticket price. Does that mean everything with service charges? I don't know what that means, but that's...
I know this much. You could get a $10 ticket for our comedy show this Saturday at the PNC Bank Arts Center in Homedale, New Jersey, but they're also offering $10 tickets for some of their other shows.
Yeah.
That's why I guess you got to go to their website to see what other shows they're offering a $10 ticket.
And Mike DiStefano was just added to the show. He's a really funny comic. It's Patrice, myself, Bob Kelly, Otto and George Voss, also Mike Birbiglia and the great Greg Giraldo this year.
Very, very good. Okay. Right before the break, we were telling you about the big merger that went down between the two satellite radio companies. And we're hearing there's going to be a bloodbath in Washington because Sirius has taken over XM. It's not a merger. So Sirius is pretty much going to use all their people and get rid of the XM people. That's a fact. Some of the XMers will survive.
Yeah.
Will we make the short list? I don't know, because someone on Instant Feedback's like, will you just tell us already if you guys have a job? We don't know. We want to continue with satellite radio, absolutely. But the fact is, we got 65 days left on our contracts, and no one's talking yet. I mean, they got other things they had to worry about, so we're hoping now that the merger is official, then maybe they come and give us a little phone call.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be scary, though, because after all those heads come off, it's like they're going to be coming up like in like butcher clothes, like the blood on the front, going, son, you guys ready to negotiate? Okay.
Next.
I won't go anywhere.
But I hear the firings have begun, Anthony. We
Really?
got some exclusive audio of that going down.
Oh.
Yes. Here's one poor soul trying to save his job.
What you do at Initech is you take the specifications from the customers and you bring them down to the software engineers.
Yes, that's right. Well, then I just have to ask, why couldn't the customers just take them directly to the software people, huh? Well, I'll tell you why. Because engineers are not good at dealing with customers.
So you physically take the specs from the customer?
Well, no, my secretary does that, or their fax.
So then you must physically bring them to the software people.
Well, no. Yeah, I mean, sometimes.
What would you say you do here?
Well, look, I already told you. I deal with the goddamn customers so the engineers don't have to. I have people skills. I am good at dealing with people. Can't you understand that? What the hell is wrong with you people?
That is absolutely what goes on behind those closed doors.
There's going to be a lot of those conversations going on the next couple of days.
Someone's just pretty much crying to keep their job.
Yeah.
But I got people skills.
You ever fight for a job?
No, when I got fired, it was for something that I couldn't defend. It was always bad.
What was that?
Anything from, when I was a kid, just barely scraping money together at a job.
Mm-hmm.
It was always something bad. I was, pilfering or late all the time, habitually late, absent, things like that. Taking extensive lunch breaks, leaving half a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I sucked. I was a very bad employee.
You ever fight for a job there, Jimmy?
Believe it or not, I've only been fired once, and I was 5 years sober when it happened.
Ooh.
Laicos Lamps. Well, Laicos Lighting. They were foreign-based, really high-end lighting. I was doing...
Would you like to buy a lamp?
Yes. Is your room too dark? Can you not read past 6:30 p.m.?
Ted's Lamps.
Yes, Ted's Lamp Service. We come over. We'll plug it right in for you.
What was your job at this lighting company?
I worked for Christoph Silver, which was a very high-end silverware place. We worked in Raritan Center in Edison, and it was a major, the shipping hub. So all the shipping, the orders came through us and went out through us, and then Christoph moved back to New York City, and Laicos Lamps moved right into the warehouse. So I just kind of stayed, and they hired me.
Well, what would you say you did there? What was your job?
I mean, I would put the labels on the boxes and make sure that the tape wasn't coming up. Because, boy, the tape comes off. All of a sudden, you got a lamp lost.
True.
But that truck backed in, and I was right there an hour later at least, unloading it.
An hour later.
Oh, I was horrendous. And they finally fired me. And I'd never been fired before.
Wow.
I knew I was in trouble, though, because as the shipping order came in, they brought in this Italian guy who spoke Italian and worked his ass off. And well, he's just kind of here to help you. Oh, okay, that's cool.
Just help. Good. Now I could do less work. Oh, wait a minute. I'm fired?
And I collected unemployment for 2 years and did stand-up.
Say that's how you got into
my career.
Good for you.
Yeah, it was the best move that ever could have happened to me.
Very good.
I had
lemonade.
I had a boss once. I was habitually late, just late all the time, and I guess he had it at some point. And he had talked to me so many times about it, and I just couldn't. I couldn't get up. I was very tired, very sleepy, and it was a job I hated. So I could get up for this because I enjoyed doing this, but I hated this job, so I was never on time. And he came in one day and he goes, "Why don't you just punch out and go home?" And I was like, "Oh, because I'm late?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Okay." And I assumed he just wanted me to go home that day.
You're
So
thinking beach day.
I took it as a day off. Like,
Right.
cool, I got a day off. But apparently he never wanted me to come back.
Wasn't that your uncle?
No, he did that too. That seems to be the way I get fired.
You had that happen twice? Because as you're saying this, I'm like, well, Ant's told this story, and it was his uncle that told him not to come to work.
Yeah, it was that, and then it was at True Mechanical. When I was working in the shop there, making ductwork. And he told me, just leave, go home. Oh, day off. Rock. Oh, wait, I'm done, I'm fired. Oops.
Yeah.
Do you know I worked for Krausers? Like, I was the night guy at
Krausers?
You know what Krausers is? It's like, it's a little convenience store. And it was in the Brunswick Shopping Center in North Brunswick. And I would close up at like 11 p.m. And we had like a little deli area with meats and stuff where I'd make sandwiches. And I noticed that there were little teeth prints in all of the cheeses and the meats.
Oh, boy.
And little black hash droppings. So apparently the mice had been coming in and eating and dropping little mouse duties. And it was infested. It was covered with mouse bites and mouse duty. So I remember I talked to the district manager. I'm like, I can't sell this. This is gross. And he's like, it's all right. Just fine. You can sell it.
Oh.
He saw the teeth prints and he goes, you can sell it. So he told me just to cut around the teeth prints and throw out the stuff that had been bitten into.
Well, at least he said that.
And I actually took a stand. I was like Norma Ray. I refused to sell the meat with feces in it.
Sure that worked out well for you?
I wound up just quitting, I think. I just didn't want to do it anymore, Gave in my keys. Good story, Jim.
You got to think the little...
I liked it.
Yeah, it's great. 13 episodes should be built around it. The guy who wouldn't sell mouse duty on the cheese.
I think his little mice feet were just stomping around the meat as he's taking bites.
Oh, dragging those giant gonads that they have across the cheese. Ugh.
It was really awful. I was just stealing cigarettes in my stupid light blue Kango. Oh, what a dork. What a punchable white nerd. Stupid cracker.
Hey, you want to move on to Edgar Mitchell?
Oh,
now for the faithful listeners, they're sitting there going, you already did the Edgar Mitchell thing.
Oh, the story goes on.
Yeah, we got more audio from Dr. Edgar Mitchell, and now it's starting to look like he might be a little cuckoo.
Either that or he's completely telling the truth.
Yeah, you can't...
There's no middle ground here.
Last week, what happened? Dr. Edgar Mitchell did an interview and basically said that there's absolutely aliens, the government is covering it up, and the key to Dr. Edgar Mitchell is that he was an astronaut.
He walked on the moon.
Walked on the moon. Apollo 14, right?
Weren't you on Apollo 14?
So now a lot of people are very interested in what he has to say, and we got more audio from Dr. Edgar Mitchell.
We have Buzz Aldrin coming in Friday, so we can ask him. Cause, he might probably knows him.
Yeah.
Just to say, is this guy kind of a nut, or is he...
Buzz Aldrin just goes, shut up!
And punches me in the face.
Hit you.
No such thing as aliens.
Laugh at you.
Yeah.
Buzz Aldrin pops you one.
Would you?
Sure.
I'd laugh at me, too.
It'd be a pleasure.
Can you imagine if Buzz Aldrin just knocked my teeth out?
I'd love to have a black eye from Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah.
What happened? Who punched you? Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah. You know all those moon photos? That guy.
Yeah, the guy on the moon.
An ungloved fist.
Well, if you would love that, then just say, look.
Just say it never happened.
It never happened, and all hell will break loose in the studio.
Oh, yes.
Because that's all it takes with him, is to say, look, I think you guys faked the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So... All right, Dr. Edgar Mitchell expands on his alien comments from last week. Let's see what he's saying now.
When it comes to outer space, Edgar Mitchell knows what he speaks of. As part of the Apollo 14...
Hey, Bob! Who's interviewing him, Bob? When it comes to Edgar Mitchell, it's with their cadence. He was an astronaut in outer space. Just speak English.
The Apollo 14 moon mission in 1971, Mitchell and fellow astronaut Alan Shepard walked on the lunar surface for a record 9.5 hours. So when 77-year-old Mitchell said on British radio that aliens exist and have been visiting Earth in UFOs, people sat up and took notice.
I don't know how many or where or how they're doing it, but they've been observing us and here for quite some time.
Mitchell goes further. He says the famous alleged discovery of a UFO and its dead crew at Roswell in 1947 did happen. But he says this event and many more have been covered up by the United States government.
The reason for the denial was, number one, we didn't they didn't know if these were hostile and could we protect ourselves from them. Didn't want the Soviets to know, so they devised to lie about it and cover it up.
This is pretty huge stuff right here.
Nah, I don't think they're aliens now that I think about it.
No?
Nope.
Why? You don't believe this guy?
It would make the whole world behave.
Yeah, but that's why it's secret.
Wouldn't you want the whole world to behave?
Not the Illuminati.
And working together?
No.
All you would have to go is, look, they got crazy technology, here's the alien people, and then the whole world would start behaving.
Do you know what
And then we went
economic turmoil there would be if there was no turmoil in the world? We would go broke. All our stuff is based on building bombs and missiles and weapons of mass destruction.
So why wouldn't we be working together as a global society to get the crazy weapons together to fight the aliens?
Because we hate each other. We're racists. We're separatists, and we don't like each other as different nations.
We're chimps, basically.
Yeah. We're like dumb chimps. Not even the smart ones that wear a little engineer outfit and drive the little train around the little circus. Love those. They're so cute.
I know. They're ugly without it, but with a little hat on, they're adorable.
Yeah. You cover up that mandrill ass with a nice little jumper. It's cute.
Till they're throwing pudding at your face. It would just be a natural human instinct. What if people have ever thought of like the big picture? It's like, you get something, you don't know what it is, and then you reverse technology. That does make sense.
Yeah,
but
we
keep it to yourself.
See, we can't handle not being the top dogs, top of the food chain. The big kahuna, if you will. People would freak out if there was something bigger and better than us. We like thinking there is in religion, but that's like this very abstract kind of, you got to have faith to even believe in it. There's an element of doubt. It's the same thing with UFOs. As long as there's an element of doubt there, where the skeptics can say, nah, that's not true, then people cannot believe it if they choose not to and don't have to worry about something bigger coming here and kicking our ass. Religion, that's something else. A higher power. You don't get to meet him until after you croak anyway. So that doesn't matter. But the prospect of flying saucers coming down here, flying saucers, that's from 1950, coming down here and aliens that know more than we do, are stronger, smarter, freaks us out. How would we deal with being the puppies of some other race, some other beings? We'd lose our minds. We don't like when our boss tells us what to do. Imagine some friggin' race all of a sudden just, hey, you're ours.
How much would that suck? Yeah.
It would suck.
If you woke up one day and said, what, we're now second?
Yeah, we're second.
On the food chain?
So if they want to come and just, like, kill us, kill a few of us,
sure,
you can't take them to court and arrest them or something. You're just at their mercy.
Right.
Like a bug would be. When you step on a bug, you don't go to bug court. You don't have to sit trial in a bug court where bugs will judge you and put you in bug jail. You kill them. It doesn't matter. And then all of a sudden, that's us. They just feel like, lopping heads off or hunting us or doing whatever they want. You're at their mercy. We wouldn't be able to deal with that.
If I woke up and found out that I was second on the food chain, I would ugly myself up real fast.
Why is that?
I would just so I don't look tasty.
Oh, tasty?
I would just take like Wesson oil and just start rubbing it all over my face, hoping that I could get some massive zits working.
Oh, you just see fatties starting to disappear. Fatties would just be disappearing. I'd be grilling them up.
I would just wash my hair in margarine.
Fatties, they'd be called ribeyes.
Yeah, ribeye fatty.
What would you do, though, really? Would you ugly yourself up immediately? I would imagine that hair can't be fun, so I would just grow hair everywhere.
A lot of hair.
A lot of hair.
Yes, I'm safe. A lot of hair. Don't wash. Have a cranky butt the whole time. Yeah, things like that. Oh, that might be a delicacy for them. You don't know.
Yeah.
They might have some kind of thing like an apple corer where they just pull out that stinky thing. And delicious.
Ooh, you got a nervous one. Lucky you.
It's like scallops to them. It's wonderful.
Yeah, they try to scare you to get it going. The more
get it really going. Make you run a little.
Bike seats are mandatory for everyone. You have to ride bikes everywhere.
in real heavy jeans. Oh, God, yeah. Well, that wouldn't be the very good. I do think that's why, though. If there are, and they have kept it secret, that's why. Panic.
Let's go to Joe in Jersey. Joe?
Yeah, hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Hey, I got something for you guys. You got to check out a book called Behold the Pale Horse. Oh, hold on.
I would like.
Ambulance.
I would like to imagine that you're calling your favorite radio show as there's a huge, high-speed chase going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're chasing me.
Well, that's what I was getting at, sir.
Yeah. Behold the Pale Horse is about from this guy from the Vietnam era that wrote a book about the government waiting for the right opportunity to, for aliens to take over the world. Pretty interesting book. He's pretty much a nut, but I would check it out.
Is it fiction or nonfiction?
I'm not sure. Conspiracy theory. I'm not sure what that would be considered.
It's nonfiction.
So someone thinks it's real.
All right,
gotcha.
Joe. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, here's more of Dr. Edgar Mitchell, the astronaut that is talking about aliens.
His distinguished career as an Apollo astronaut makes Mitchell one of the most credible voices ever to enter the alien debate. But it will take much more to convince those like Don Bellina from the Foundation for UFO Research.
I am skeptical, yeah. And that won't change until, as they say, he backs it up with something.
Only 12 men ever walked on the moon, and having one of them add his voice to a controversial alien conspiracy theory is potentially embarrassing for NASA. The agency will only say that Edgar Mitchell remains a great American, but NASA does not share his views on aliens and UFOs.
Well, they backed right off of that. That they made a statement is a little odd, but I guess they had to. Yeah.
What are they going to say? We always knew he was an ass.
Yeah, this guy was a kook.
We were hoping he'd get lost up there.
Wander off.
Yeah, he's been
the ship takes off. He's just, Alan Shepard says goodbye.
Yeah, Alan Shepard had distinct orders to point somewhere and tell him to go and hop in the ship and stray.
I'll hold the ship for you.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll ask who's coming in?
Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, Buzz is coming in on Friday.
I'd like to know what Alan Shepard's view would have been on that one. You know? I'm pretty sure Alan Shepard's dead, right? Is he? Alan Shepard dead within the past maybe 5 years? Is it?
Most of those guys still alive, though.
I thought he got the big casino.
Yeah, 98.
98, yeah.
We're getting more info on Behold the Pale Horse. We got Roger on the Opie and Anthony show. Roger?
Yeah, hi, guys. That book is mostly, if you're into conspiracy literature, it's mostly copied from other sources, but it's still a good read. It's still like a Reader's Digest version of all the big conspiracy theories. But the guy that wrote it, his name was Milton William Cooper, and he ran a militia group, and he was killed in a shootout with police a couple of weeks after September 11th.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. So.
Well, maybe they wanted to shut him up.
Yeah, you never know.
I'm sure a lot of people are saying that.
No, you can ascribe whatever reason to it that you want after the fact. It's very convenient that way.
Maybe he discovered that you could run a car on water.
Ah,
and it had nothing to do with anything else.
Get yourself killed.
Yeah,
it's a great name
Ain't
for
a big
book.
fat target on your head.
Behold the Pale
Thanks, guys.
That is a good one.
Great name for a book.
Punching out.
Yeah.
I was watching JFK this weekend for a few minutes, the Oliver Stone movie, and it's just not the same anymore since I've kind of read a lot of other stuff in the other direction. It's like,
There was a lot of fiction in there, too. You know, a lot of his
people he put into it. Everyone was ominous and in on it.
Yeah, ominous. Yeah, that's true.
There's one scene where, I'll credit Stone with this. Every total speculative scene was done in black and white.
Right.
And there's one scene where the girl is going, well, I thought I heard a shot from the grassy knoll. And the guy is going, you only heard 3 shots. You only heard 3 shots. And she's like, well, there was a shot from the grassy knoll. We're working on that. That's been taken care of. 20 minutes after the assassination, all of a sudden she's in a room with a man who knew that there was supposed to be 3 shots.
Right.
Because he knew there couldn't be. Why couldn't there be a conspiracy? Like, if you're going to kill the president, why wouldn't they have 2 guys do it? One got caught and got killed. One got away.
Yeah.
I don't get it. There were 3 shots. Like, everybody knew. Everybody knew, the Dallas Police Department and the Secret Service. Shut up. They didn't all know. Irritating.
Yeah.
Almighty.
I gotta watch that again now in hindsight.
Oh, it's funny to watch. It's a great movie, but
yeah.
It's like everybody's in it. Literally 1,000 people are in on it, and everybody just kind of keeps it under their hats.
Keep it on the QT.
Yeah, the commander-in-chief murdered. It's filmed, but, no one says nothing.
Let's go to Pittsburgh. Ed, how are you, Ed?
Hey, Opie, what's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
Nothing. I was just going to tell you guys, in light of this scientist coming out, it kind of runs along the lines of the rocket scientist, Wernher von Braun. He pretty much ran NASA until he died in the 70s. He predicted back then that he was in a board meeting where they talked about warring in the Middle East, and then how eventually they would come out and talk about aliens, and that would be a cover-up for us to build up our space defense program, our weaponizing of outer space. So I'm thinking maybe this guy came out not because he's crazy, maybe the government told him to, so it would kind of give us a reason to pump up our space program.
Oh, there's a nice little conspiracy theory. Get an astronaut, someone with some credibility, talks about the UFOs, and that way we can get our space-based defense system up and running.
And I did send the link to all this to Steve C.
Yes. Were there any male genitals in it? Because I just delete anything without that.
I wish there were, but I'm punching out, boys. Gotta go.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Clint in this fine city of ours. Oh, let's go local here. Clint in New York City. What's up, Clint?
Hey, first of all, I want to pay props to Jimmy because he always kind of gets the emotional parts of humanity right. And, we're progressing towards appreciating animals. We got to think about Carl Sagan. Once you finally talk about chimps, that's a long process to get to the point where we appreciate the word chimps. And, like, Anthony, come on. You got all the guns. You guys are talking about Grand Theft Auto. You're the one that's afraid. But we're working forward. People like you, come on. I mean, I think you're really a good guy. You're smart. You guys are all funny. You attack all the big issues. But we're moving forward. That's how we got someone like Barack Obama. George Bush, these are the afraid cats. Carl Sagan talked about it this way, man. I mean, are these guys that have mastered getting between stars or planets or, we're spinning pros now, are they really going to come down here and stick little things up our cuckoos and, like, do all these silly little things to us or need us for a meet? I mean, this is the most cynical
Anyone else
kind
feel
of
like they're listening to a Grand Theft Auto radio station right now?
Dude.
I mean, I know I'm ranting here, but it's like...
Yeah, but you're just as wrong as I could be by trying to speculate why an alien would come down here in the first place. We might be very tasty, or we might have some knowledge that they don't. You're right.
Okay.
But to be a scaredy cat, as you called me? Did you call me a scaredy cat?
I actually did, but come on, don't leave me here. Let's not be chiefs. Let's be honest here. What you have to you have to appreciate what technology can do. I mean, we're at a point where we're doing so many amazing things in the universe. Are they really going to come here to look for meat? I mean, come on.
Do you think us launching little things into space even comes close to interstellar travel, which is what they would need to get here, and they would look at us like equals? We would just be.
Wait.
We would be chimps, like Jimmy said.
Not equals at all. Curiosities, but like, are we? But we're.
But what if we're tasty?
Well, no, we're starting. Pets are starting to become our children, for Christ's sakes. I mean, we're learning how to appreciate animals. This is a curve that's really rising. We're learning how to get a hold of our emotions. Jimmy kind of has it right when he keeps you guys at bay with your the pets are like we are chimps, for Christ's sakes. So we're learning to respect the chromosome, or are we going to take it the opposite way?
Well, hold on, sir. Not to break up the role, but like Dr. Kaku talks about, and my friend Dr. Michio Kaku
yes.
talks about, like how if you're when we walk by bugs, Anthony raised the bug example. You don't think about exchanging information with the bug. It's just a bug. And intellectually, if an alien comes here, technologically we really are baboons.
Michio Kaku is the most cuckoo one of all.
He's a bright guy, dude. He's a very bright guy.
Michio Kaku is not Carl Sagan. Michio Kaku always starts to think what we're going to do to ourselves. Michio Kaku is fascinated by the problems, and he doesn't want to solve them. He's one of the most annoying ones.
Not true. Hold on. One thing at a time. He's not, because he's a guy who's a scientist. He's a theoretical physicist.
Oh yeah,
and dude, hold on, bro. Hold on. He makes it interesting. He gets you interested, and he talks about things in in layman's terms, where we can kind of understand it, and explains things where we can understand it. He's not just being some boring scientist. You think he can't talk science, like just go over our heads? Of course he can.
I totally distree. Michio Kaku is not Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan made things.
Yeah, I know, he's not dead.
Michio Kaku
billions and billions. I wrote Commute. What did he write? What was the Jodie Foster movie he wrote?
Contact.
Yes, Carl Sagan wrote Contact.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he speculated about it. Come on.
But no, wait. But Carl saying there's a whole thing here about when these theorists are so out of control now.
Why? Isn't Stephen Hawking a theoretical physicist?
Wait, Jimmy, come on. You're at the door to the discoveries. The plasma universe is the real answer. The universe is electrical. All these string theorists, they're all looking to gravity, and gravity is getting us nowhere. Gravity theory.
What do you mean gravity's getting us nowhere? It's kind of keeping us from flying away. I like gravity. This guy's really dissing gravity.
Jimmy, this is really good stuff. You have to ring the Big Bang Never Happened. Get Eric Lerner on here.
Well, I can't get him on here. He never comes on. We've asked him 50 times and he won't come on.
He won't?
No.
Eric Lerner?
I've never heard of him.
Well, you got to look, Eric Lerner, the Big Bang Never Happened. Look up the history of this kind of thinking, this kind of singularity thinking.
What kind of, hold on now, so you got to slow down. What you do is you get on a roll, and then you just kind of run downhill holding a giant rock. We got to slow down a little.
I'm sorry, let's start with this.
Are you a scientist? Because Michio Kaku, you can't dismiss him, even if you don't agree with him.
Oh, I agree with you. I totally agree with
you.
You
can't dismiss him. He's a brilliant dude.
Absolutely.
What?
As a matter of fact, you're totally right. We need those kind of people to lead us towards the problem.
Are you a scientist?
What?
All right, what is your scientific background?
Yes.
My scientific background is zilch. I'm a biologist that went to college. I went for like 10 years, and actually I'm a costume maker. I'm going to really make it silly.
You're a costume maker.
I used to cut David Duchovny's hair. I don't want.
All right, well, okay, fair enough. Obviously qualified to go back and forth with Michio.
No, Jimmy, come on. Let's
You're
be
screaming.
honest here. Let's keep this very real.
So you're panicking.
The universe is 99.9% plasma.
I think more than that.
Like electrical sprinklers. We're not getting anywhere. We're not getting anywhere with this theoretical stuff that looks for gravity exaggerated.
Did Duchovny ever ask for you to thrust the scissors in his ears?
You guys are really coming on the wrong end. You're going to, just like you talked about chimps 10 years down the
You
line.
should know about the wrong end. Costume maker and a hair cutter.
These guys are all right. Wallace Thornhill. I mean, there's a bunch of guys. Do you know that Paul Allen just gave him $500,000 to try to get direct electricity from plasma?
But I heard that was debated and that they decided not to because all of a sudden he turned around and changed the way he felt.
Yeah.
Paul Allen?
Yep.
Isn't he in England?
So he pulled out. Well, they still got the money from Chile. They're still going.
No, the money from Chile, dude.
that.
The money from Chile is not coming through.
Oh, well, that's interesting stuff. But
I have no idea what you're talking about. I just made that up.
I really wish you would try to get Eric Lerner on here and explain this stuff because his book is so thorough. It goes way into history.
He won't come on. Ever since his arrest, he refuses to do radio.
His arrest.
Yes. Yes.
His arrest. Eric Lerner at Lawrenceville.
He was file trading with Jeffrey Jones. They got into his computer, and he said they're not kids, they're little aliens, and they arrested him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna. You got me there. I'm gonna totally admit it, but I think you're. I got to go do my research, but I don't know what you're talking about. Eric J. Lerner, the physicist, you're saying was arrested.
Yes.
Yeah.
When?
About 2 weeks ago, and he won't do radio because he has to prepare for his court case. I mean, how do you not know that?
What the blah?
That's what he said.
What the bubba?
Okay, well, then I guess I have to just back off. I'm the loser here, and you guys can just continue with the assist.
Thank you.
You're a good boy. Take care.
Goodbye to Clint.
Clint was kooky.
Clint's a psychopath. I have no idea who Eric is. I just said he got arrested, and Clint was. All right, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
You never heard of the guy.
We got Otto from Otto and George joining the program next. So let's take a quick break. We'll continue. Opie and Anthony.
Hey, this is Dr. Michio Kaku, and you're listening to Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Hey, this is Dr. Michio Kaku, and you're listening to Opie and... Oh, Opie? Opie, all right. Okay, Opie, right. Opie, right. We physicists always pronounce it Opie because of a famous physicist, Oppenheimer. Okay, Opie. Okay.
See, we didn't know that.
Yeah, he built the atomic bomb. Yeah. Hey, this is Dr. Michio Kaku. You're listening to Opie and Anthony.
Hey, this is Adam Ferrara, and August 15th and 16th, I will be at Governor's in Levittown. 516-731-3358, or go to www.govs.com. And you can check me out at adamferrara.com or the MySpace. Come by. Be my friend!
Opie and Anthony.
How's everyone doing today? On this Monday. Opie and Anthony, we got Otto from Otto and George in studio. He's playing the big comedy show this Saturday at the PNC Bank Arts Center
I'm not
in
backing
Homedale,
out.
New Jersey. What?
I'm not backing out.
Hell no, you're not backing out. Yeah, some people have disappointed us this year.
Yeah.
Not happy about that whatsoever.
Yeah.
Not happy whatsoever.
Not happy.
But what do we got for the tickets, Jimmy? We got a big ticket thing happening tomorrow.
Tomorrow, this is a Live Nation thing. They're offering $10 Tuesday promotion, and it's a $10 gross ticket price. It's being offered for a bunch of their shows, including ours. Ours is not the only one. It's the Lawn at PNC and the Mezzanine at Jones Beach, blah, blah, blah. But we're only doing the PNC show, so the rest of the stuff, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who gives a flying fudge?
Oh, come on with the
That's what
language.
I say.
Come on, we don't
Watch
need the
it
FCC
easy.
all over us.
Easy.
The headline's easy. If you want to go to our show, $10. $10 tickets tomorrow. But then when the service charges, strangle you to death, it'll probably be $78.
I don't know. Gross ticket price might not be.
It might just be $10.
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
I don't know. I should be informed.
I hope it's not as hot as last year. Remember that the day the last PNC show
was sweltering.
Oh,
It was
man.
really bad, right?
Horrible.
I hope it is, because my first 5 minutes is, boy, it's hot in here, and then when they yell, how hot is it, I have a funny answer.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
Jimmy. That's a funny bit.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to bring this up. It's a little sore spot with you three guys.
Oh, no.
The last time I was on, we had that conversation about Steve Martin's Pink Panther sucking royally.
Right.
And then the next day, you had Mike Myers on. You brought that up to him, and he was like, "Oh, I think he's a genius. Everything he does is just all so wonderful." And you guys were all like real contrite. And I thought one of you would just go, "Shut up! It stunk. You're wrong." I mean, this is not politics. This is radio. You're supposed to have your opinion. You know.
There's a reason.
Not
There's a
politics.
reason for that. There's
Yeah.
a reason for that.
Okay.
We're fags.
Oh,
I think
you're
Otto's
correct.
I mean, I know you don't want to lose future guests by being brutal. And
You're correct.
We were starstruck.
I was at home cringing. I'm going, what's wrong with that?
We were starstruck.
You were?
Yeah,
I can't argue.
Mike Myers is pretty big. I think we got I think we got a bit starstruck when he came in.
He was a little boring.
He's
and
a major star and all, but still, you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah, you're right. I should have smashed him.
Well, we didn't agree with him.
Yeah.
Nah, but we backed off. I backed off. I didn't.
You might have said a little more than these other two.
I said that the arrow thing through his head was always genius and very funny. And then
it was almost like, here's why I did. I remember
I was angry.
Yeah, but it was almost like he didn't bring Steve Martin up.
Yeah.
I did, I think, to get him into it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I just like him. He's great.
He
and then
could
I'm
do
like,
no wrong or something like that.
and then I'm like, what am I going to do? Just like start going, no, that movie sucks. And he's just going to go, all right.
Yeah. It
was
would be
pointless
uncomfortable.
because it wasn't like he brought it up to be confrontational. He didn't. He was just plugging his own movie.
Yeah.
So it's almost like if I was on a radio show and someone said, well, Otto is or bash one of my friends,
Right.
and I'm like, no, I like them, and then they just started trashing him. Like,
Yeah.
For what?
Right.
Well, put it this way. If Steve Martin came in here and brought up The Love Guru, we would say that movie sucked.
You would?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it sucked.
That came and went hard.
Oh, wow.
Well, why do you think he was on our show?
Yeah,
we don't get A-list celebrities unless they desperately need the help in the project. We never.
He wasn't coming around for the Austin Powers movies.
Oh, God.
Let's just put it this way: we didn't get one person from Dark Knight because they didn't need the help.
Yeah.
But if the early reviews were shaky, trust me, they would have been marching through that door.
But we got David Duchovny for the X-Files movie.
And well,
you can always tell, if a movie's going to tank. Don't come on our show. If I was an actor, I would never come on our show.
Yeah.
It means your movie's going to tank.
we finally got Willem Dafoe.
Oh, he's
for
great.
that garbage he was in.
What was he in?
Platoon.
No, that garbage. You know the movie's going to be bad if you can't even pronounce the name of the movie.
Yeah.
It was Anamorphic or something. It was just,
Anamorphic or some stupidity.
You know, if you want to get word of mouth out there, you really got to make sure people, could say the name of your movie. I saw this movie. What was it? It was Anamorphic.
Yeah, what are you going to see tonight? I'm going to see Amananamanama.
Like they got it right with the Batman. Because I think they think that some people can't even pronounce Batman right, so they go Dark Knight because everyone can relate to a Dark Knight.
Right.
It's dark and it's nighttime. That movie. That's what I saw. Not Anamorphic.
There hasn't been a movie in a long time that's been this across the boards loved by everybody that's seen it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Heath Ledger was. I mean, everybody says it, but he was good. I rooted for him to be bad.
Yeah.
So I could be the different guy.
Yeah.
But you can't not like what he did.
Wow.
New conspiracy theory. Faked his own death.
Oh, please. Yeah, he's going to pop up with all the rest of them.
It's got legs.
No.
They're starting. There's some chatter saying that he faked his own death to really get the box office receipts up there.
Oh, really?
This movie would not have done as well if he didn't die.
You know, I really honestly wish a celebrity would do that at some point.
Pop up.
Would a celebrity really really fake his own death and do it right?
I bet you they're trying to figure out how they could get away with that. But that stupid corner gets in the way. Because they because they need to see the dumb body.
He wasn't dead. He was talking, Sam.
This isn't the right body.
This isn't Heath Ledger. He was a young man in the prime of his life.
This man is 67 years old.
Gee, I don't know, Quince. What's the problem, Detective Monahan? Detective Monahan always wanted to cut corners, but Quincy was...
I love it.
A beautiful girl.
Murder.
He was Rod Serling's favorite actor. He did 4 Twilight Zones.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he was like the everyman.
Yeah, it was the one with the shooting the pool.
Yeah, the pool.
And then there was the one with Pip.
Passage for the
Little
Trumpet
kid.
in praise of Pip, and he did one of the crappy hour-long ones that sucked.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Those were unwatchable.
They only show those during the marathons.
Yeah. I mean, wrap it up in a half hour. You don't need an hour to, that's
an hour.
Yeah.
And some of them were done live, which is really weird.
Oh,
when you
when
see
they
those.
tried to save money and they used that kinescope.
Yeah.
It didn't look
Looks
right.
real weird.
They were trying to save like $80 or something.
$80.
Yeah, it looked...
Just Rod cut out like 10 minutes of smoking. You'll save $80.
A couple of them were really good episodes. The Art Carney Santa Claus one was shot in that style. It didn't look right.
What do you mean live?
I think the one with...
It was done on kinescope, so somebody would... I guess have a 16mm camera filming it off of a monitor or something, and instead of actually shooting it on film, directly on film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was some weird save a few dollar thing.
The one with Anthony, the one with Bill Little William Mooney.
Right, with the down power line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of the old honeymooners, the ones that aren't the classic 39 are the same thing. They look like... Yeah. They look awful.
Kinescopes are awful.
Yeah, they are.
Let's set up a camera in front of a television set.
Yeah.
Instead of just getting direct.
Now we got digital.
Yeah, so I did the
Come a long
Montreal
way.
Festival. I got to hang with Patrice for a week, and he was on the second half of the show, and he would come in like when the show was halfway over and plop down with his foot-long Subway sandwich and just shove it into his face like a big black wood chipper with a Dobbs hat on. Just and then these English douchebag comedians kept crashing the dressing room, and I can't stand the English attitude of comedy. Like I was saying how much I loved Benny Hill. Oh, you like Benny Hill? He's bloody awful. What's wrong with you? Benny Hill sucked. Yeah, just because he's a million times more famous than you could ever hope to be, and he was, in every country. What's wrong with Benny Hill?
Some English comics can be funny, but it's almost like I haven't seen any of them.
Their pomposity is nauseous.
It's enraging because I haven't seen one of them that touched socially anything that like Pryor did or anything.
No.
It's all wordplay.
Yeah.
And I'll have a go at him, mate. And it's all that type. Maybe there are some I just haven't seen. But
It's funny when you do it.
Yeah.
I'll have a go at him, mate.
Yeah, that's kind of good. I've been doing something like that.
Why not?
His impressions, you'd think he's really British.
Yeah.
So, I haven't
I
seen
hated that. This guy, Brendan something or other. Oh, and then he's talking to Patrice. I was trying to just stay to myself in the dressing room because there was 3 shows a night. It's very hard for me not to drink between shows, so I was like reading a book on the side. And the guy, what's his name? Guy Ritchie came up. So this guy goes, yeah, I'm in this Guy Ritchie movie. He goes, oh, I didn't even see it. I was like, what? You're in a movie, you didn't even see it? Shut up, you egomaniac. Benny Hill is much funnier than you, douche.
Well, he probably thought he was intriguing. Like Spencer Tracy would never watch his own movies. So this guy probably thought he was interesting.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
Spencer Tracy.
Exactly. Overrated.
I'm sure that's the cool thing to say, though. I'm in a movie, but I didn't see it. Man.
Didn't like The Old Man in the Sea?
Hollywood. Yeah.
I didn't see it.
I saw that. Yeah.
I just saw Guess Who's Coming at Dinner.
Oh, boy.
Mad World?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he was good in that.
Guess who's coming to dinner? Mad parent.
So, Otto, going backwards a little bit. So you haven't seen The Dark Knight yet?
I went to the theater and they said the 6:15 is sold out, 6:45 was available, but the air conditioning sucked and it was on a really bad day, so I just got my money back. It's like I want it to be in a cool theater. I didn't want to suffer to see this thing, you know?
You know what? You got to wait and see it on the IMAX, though.
Yeah, to see it on an amazing screen.
And I heard that's been sold out for 3 weeks or something like that.
There's only, the IMAX is in Midtown here, right, somewhere?
Yeah, on 68th and Broadway?
Yeah, don't mean to get local here. But
Is that a great theater?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It was amazing.
That's where we saw it.
Yeah.
How big is the screen? It's gigantic.
20 feet.
Yeah, about 20 feet across.
20 feet.
It's almost like you get nauseous. The opening scene is like you're flying in through the city, like the overshot of the, and you really do feel like you're moving. I forgot that they do that with a large screen. But we were a little too close for all the fight scenes. You want to be farther back because when the fight scenes are shot really quickly, and you can't even make out what's going on. It's just like big arm, fist, head, back.
No, but that's the new thing they're doing with these action movies is filming the fight scenes way too close.
That was originally, I think, the first movie that really was popular that did that was Gladiator.
Gladiator?
Where they really Ridley Scott, yeah.
But now everyone does it.
Yeah, now it's. I mean, they were, and that was pretty graphic, but it wasn't very detailed as far as being able to see a lot of the fight scenes. You know, they'd show a leg or a head being chopped off, stuff like that. But
too much quick cutting.
Yeah, I don't like that shaky, very shaky camera kind of. You know, they do it in post too, so it's digital shake.
Let me see the special effect, even if it sucks. I still want to see it.
Yeah,
you can. That didn't look real. You know, something.
Yeah, that's why I just like. I like seeing action sequences.
Yeah.
Action sequence.
Not a lot of special effects in Dark Knight.
Is that right? Not a lot of CGI and all
Not
that?
a lot, man.
No?
Not a big fan. What's his name? The director there. Forgot his name.
Oliver Stone?
Memento and all that.
Oliver Stone.
I got cancer in the neck. I've had it for years.
All right, we got Otto from Otto and George. We're going to take a quick break here and catch up a little bit. But Otto's playing the big comedy show this Saturday, PNC Bank Arts Center. And speaking of which, you better get ready to text because we're giving people a chance to win a car.
And Otto has another show August 7th, which is 5 days after, but it's in Staten Island, so,
Yeah, all my Brooklyn and Staten Island people must attend the St. George Theater.
It's on Hyatt Street in Staten Island, and you can go to ottoandgeorge.com.
It's literally a block from the Staten Island ferry, so, you could take a ride on a boat after or before or whatever. Stab somebody with a bayonet and run amok.
Remember that guy?
Yeah. Remember that guy? I'm giving fencing lessons on the Staten Island ferry. Here, boy. Here, boy. So A-Rod slept with Madonna. Before that, Charles Barkley. And before that, Dennis Rodman. She's going to wind up with athlete's cunt.
That's one of those gray areas they talk about in the FCC.
There goes Schenectady. I should have delivered it like Bob Hall. I was going to say pussy, but then I'd be wimping out. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Always exciting when Otto stops by the Opie and Anthony show before break.
I miss getting dumped. Those old NEW days were great.
Yeah. Oh, they dumped you. Trust me. But the XMers heard it.
Okay.
We go to break with the FU line. Stay there.
Thanks for calling the Opie and Anthony FU line. Here's the latest batch of FUs.
You have 6 new voice messages. First voice message.
Yeah, I'd like to leave a you for anybody out driving around in convertibles with your music as loud as it can possibly go and dancing. You're not as cool as you think you are. You knock it off.
Next message.
I want to give a big old you to my coworkers. Remember, you bitches, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be working.
Next message.
Yeah, that's a you to all the guys I work with in Denver for being too much of a bunch of pussies to stand up to the boss. You.
Next message.
I just want to send a big FU out to that chick that wowed me last month. I rear-ended a car while looking at those big, luscious cans, and now the lady's trying to sue me because she just said she had whiplash. FU, you 2 big, luscious cans, but keep them coming. Thank you.
Next message.
Yeah, I'd like to give a big you to the putting the cones out on the Cross Westchester Expressway. Way to show it goes down a 1-lane. I almost got creamed by a trailer. You.
Next message.
I just want to say F you to my penis. If you don't get your act together, then no one's ever going to love you. You.
End of new messages.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line. 866-FU line 1. That's 866-FU line 1.
Thank you and goodbye.
WOW. WOW stands for Whip 'em Out Wednesday. And when the girls see the WOW stickers on the highways, they will flash you.
They pull up next to you and maybe give the little lift. Maybe it's a one-handed lift while they're steering.
Move. Nice.
Maybe they steer with their knee and do the two-handed lift.
There are a lot of women that will flash you if they see the WOW. That is an absolute fact.
Oh, yeah, they're out there.
So WOW stickers, 111 West 57th Street, Suite 500, New York, 10019, right? Opie, Anthony, Otto from Otto and George playing the big comedy show this Saturday at the PNC Bank Arts Center. Tickets through Ticketmaster.com. Tomorrow, $10 tickets going on sale. Tomorrow only, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's some weird thing Live Nation is doing. You go to LiveNation.com and it's $10 lawn seats. They say it's a gross ticket price. I don't know what that means. If that means everything included, I can't say. I don't know. Someone should have gotten to us with that.
All right. And Otto wants us to promote his little short film.
Yeah, Otto and George Meet Jesus on YouTube. Is that how they would find it?
Otto and George Meets Jesus. Yes. We got it up right now.
It's pretty disturbing.
What is this about?
It's a dream sequence where George and Jesus beat off on the kitchen floor together, and then George has a run-in with some Jehovah's Witnesses and pelts them in the face with anthrax. It's pretty good, though.
Some of that got dumped out, but let's just say George and who? Jesus.
Yeah.
Let's just say this. They sit on the floor.
The Son of God.
They engage in an activity you'd normally engage in alone.
Yeah.
And then Jehovah's Witnesses show up and George pelts them with anthrax.
Yeah. I see your interpretation of Jesus is a big fat guy.
He's a fressing Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
With an eating disorder. He one of the lines, he goes, the buffets in heaven are amazing. And George goes, I guess that wasn't the Last Supper after all. I don't know if you're hearing any of the dialogue.
We're at the part of the short film where Jesus just pulled George's
pants down.
Yeah, we can say that.
You're missing all the dialogue, though. It's like
I imagine it's not radio friendly.
I would think.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll check that out. Otto and George Meets Jesus on YouTube.
He's another comic. That's Glenn Miller. He calls himself Satan's comic. So it was so funny casting him as Jesus because all he's got is devil stuff all over his car.
Oh, really?
He's a real,
Why?
dark character. Why?
Why devil stuff on the car?
He just likes to get a reaction out of people. He really isn't a devil worshiper or nothing like that.
Big horns on the roof, a little tail in the back?
Yeah, exactly.
That's wrong. Oh my God, this guy's devilish. Get out of his way. He'll be talking about the devil.
Yeah.
Does his act have devil stuff in it? Sorry.
No, go, Jimmy.
Not really, no.
Okay.
He's a one-liner guy. He's very, very good writer.
Okay.
As soon as something happens in the news, he's got like 30 jokes.
Two Jews walk into a bar. They have cloven hooves. Take my wife to hell. All devil jokes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Here's George throwing the anthrax in the faces of the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Wow, he had a big handful, didn't he?
Yeah. I love anthrax because nobody really knows what it looks like, so we just used flour and just pelted the actors in the face with flour. First we wet their face a little bit so it would stick.
Yeah.
Just a poof, and we dubbed in a karate kick from a Bruce Lee movie for the impact of the anthrax hitting him in the eyes.
I can't wait to watch this.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
What do you think of Obama?
He's another lying prick politician. I don't think much of any of these people, really. He's too weird. The name is too weird. We need an American name. Really do, So who's not going to sit well with anyone? Well, he's black. He's got an Arab name.
People really blew over that whole middle name being Hussein thing.
Yeah.
Like they kind of really... And his camp is just as guilty, of kind of... blowing that over.
Yeah, he could easily be the Antichrist.
It was always George W. Bush, George W. It's like, his middle name's Hussein. Now, does that mean anything? Of course not.
Right.
I mean, the nicest guy in the world, his middle name could be Hussein.
Yeah.
But in that awful part of the world, everyone's name is Hussein, and they're all awful people.
Yeah.
So it kind of has this negative connotation to it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Where did he come from? I mean,
Yeah.
Democratic National. He was a politician and senator in Chicago, in Illinois, and he made a speech at the Democratic National Convention a few years ago, and that's what kind of made him national. Like, where everybody kind of knew who he was.
He had a good speech.
Great, everybody kind of like, wow, this guy has great ideas. He's young, whatever. They just
but
liked
that
his
good
vibe.
speaking thing is just get you elected. What is he going to do once he's elected? I mean, is he going to be able to run stuff? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is history.
It's funny that Otto brings that up because it's leading to where I want to go. A lot of people are saying they're not voting for Obama because he's inexperienced.
Yeah.
We're learning today that when people say that they're not voting for Obama because he's inexperienced, what they're basically saying is that they're not voting for him because he's black.
Oh.
Right, Stump Brain? Yep. What do we know on that? Because that's the safe way for people to say, look, I don't want to vote for the guy because he's inexperienced, but they really want to say because he's black.
There was a pollster who was saying they were trying to investigate why people weren't voting for Obama, and they kept probing behind the inexperienced thing, and the people finally said, well, it's basically because he's black. So the new code word for saying they're not voting for someone because they're black is inexperienced. And they said it's a huge factor out there because they don't know just how big the inexperience factor is going to be.
Sure.
Isn't he one of the monkeys that sprayed Frank Vincent's car with the fire hydrant to do the right thing, too? Flooded his... No?
Who?
What's that face?
Well, we're a bit sensitive around here these days. Otto's wondering that.
Yeah.
Here's
who doesn't get a paycheck from CBS Radio? No.
Here's the problem with his name. This is why they said George W.
Yeah.
It was distinguished from his father. That was why the W got, because you already had a George Bush. Bill Clinton's name, nobody knows his middle name. Or nobody
Jefferson. It was used all the time. William Jefferson Clinton.
No, but when you said
people knew it because it was, but everyone knew it, and it was used a lot of times because his hero was Thomas Jefferson. His ascension to the presidency, it was William Jefferson, especially during the campaigning. It was constantly William Jefferson Clinton. Not when he got into office, but
presidential.
Yeah, it was. Barack Hussein Obama is not something that Americans want to hear as being their president.
Well, Americans
it just
should
really
shut their faces. If they don't like the guy and they don't want to vote for him, that's fine. If you think he stinks, don't vote for him. But if they're actually caught up in the fact that his father gave him a name that happens to be associated with, then people are morons.
Middle Eastern terrors and
doesn't matter,
dictators.
though. I mean, it's like, what else could his name have been?
Mussolini would be a little...
Yeah. How about Hitler? It's like Bob Hitler wants to be president. I think the name might get in the way.
Yeah. Maybe, but that was, don't forget, he was named before Saddam Hussein was a problem. And when this happened, we weren't having conflicts with radical Islam. But when he was named, they were fine.
Yeah.
There was no problem. No. Can you imagine if in 1930 you were born and your name was Ted Hitler or Ted Hitler Jones?
I'm Ted Hitler.
I'm Ted Hitler Jones. The Ted and the Jones part of the good part.
I don't know. Just like there was such a beef about Kennedy being Irish Catholic,
right?
And every other president was a Protestant. Now all of a sudden we just come one, come all. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, you like McCain?
I think there should be rigid guidelines. It should be these angry old white men should be the president. It's worked so far.
Yeah. Look,
so you
we've
like
been
McCain?
inventing stuff.
Yeah, McCain, absolutely.
We've been inventing stuff.
Yeah.
World leader kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of worked. People are like, oh, what, another old white guy in there? It's like, well, look at the country. We're not a third world nation yet.
An old white guy.
But old white guys have kind of done pretty good as far as the country goes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
To me, the way they're looking at things when they're a certain age is becoming a little bit dated. Like they're not, especially with energy and stuff like that. I'm tired of hearing about their awful, antiquated views on energy.
The only thing
they
with
don't
old
want to move on
guys
from
is
health
they
and
don't
stuff.
care so much if the world blows up because they're
Yeah.
checking out soon enough. That's one thought that you should consider, I guess.
Yeah, McCain's a great guy, but he's 71. And
Yeah,
look, I'm being ageist, but I don't want someone that old.
You're ageist?
Yeah. Old people bug me.
Yeah.
Sick of looking at them.
Yeah.
I always keep a lot of change with me. Let me see. I think I have the exact.
The change purse?
Yeah.
You always get behind that lady online at the supermarket.
I always have pennies.
73 cents. I think I have it. Can you wait a moment? You're like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
See this Nick guy. Nick online too?
Sure.
This is one of these stats that have come up. Nick!
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
How you doing, man? What do you got?
I just wanted to take Opie's little research to task. because they did some research and they said that 97% of the blacks are
voting for Obama.
Sir, could you
hold on? You crapped out for a second.
hang up your iPhone and call us on your home phone?
97% of blacks say they're voting for Obama. Yeah, but
and only 1% are saying they're voting for McCain.
Now, doesn't that mean
isn't racism?
Yeah.
I don't know what is.
Doesn't that mean that the 97% of blacks say they're not voting for a white guy? That's pretty much it. I don't want to vote for the guy because he's white. I'd rather vote for a guy that looks like me in skin color.
You know, yeah, but I played devil's advocate here, being the bleeding heart that I'm turning into. I would make myself sick.
Yeah.
But there's never been one. If I was black, if you're black and unless the guy's a lunatic, you're gonna vote for a black president, or you're an idiot.
It's racist.
It's not racist.
It is
though.
absolutely racist.
That's not. It's not done to be something that's racist. Is done to have harmful effects. To me, wanting to see a black president because you've never seen one, and because of the history they have there is not. It's not a racist, but it's racial. But it's not racist. Racist is done to be awful.
Jim,
I think it's racist.
Everybody,
hold on. I'm being a what?
You're being a jackass, Jim.
So you don't see any. Hold on. You don't see any validity to that at all.
No, I see validity because I think it would be great for some of the great black people out there to get a black president so they could stop being disenfranchised. But you just take all the racism out of blacks because they have no power.
Have you ever listened to this radio show? I take all the racism. Are you out of your mind?
No, Jim. I listen to the show.
You're a dummy then.
Day and on replays.
You're a dummy then. So really? So I don't call blacks out on their racism like when I attacked Whoopi and all the rappers for attacking Imus. Really? I don't call blacks out on racism. Jesse Jackson for dropping the N-bomb or his hypocrisy for saying Hymietown or the way Sharpton said white interlopers. Really, you dummy? I don't call blacks out for racism?
Jim, most of the time you make excuses for them.
Never. You are a stupid ass.
No,
you're an ass.
Stupid. I'm much smarter than you, Jim.
Yeah, really? That's why you're calling up saying that Barack, it's racist if they vote for Barack. Shut up.
No, they are racist.
I'm not saying that some of them aren't racist, but voting for Barack because you want to see a black president is not racist. You're not smarter than me, or you'd be on the radio instead of calling in on a crappy cell phone.
I'm calling from Iowa, that's why, Jim.
Then you are dumber than me, or you'd know to move to New York. Yeah. Iowa stinks. You're not smart. Go eat corn. We don't even have to wash our corn here. That's how great Iowa is. Iowa stinks. One match would wipe your state out. Stop saying Jim and stepping on the laughs, you idiot. God almighty, are you a bore? Dude, I don't want comedy here. I want to make my point. Shut up, you Midwestern rube. Shut your face. Go squat thrust over an ear of corn.
Every time what you do, you make the comedy because
because it's a comedy show, you ass. I'm a comedian.
Well, then stop trying to make points, idiot.
I make points and I do comedy. You do neither. You sit in Iowa in your stupid little sheltered environment and you look at the corn grow, and that's what you do. Mother, this ear really sprouted up from last week. Everyone's laughing at you, stupid. Shut up.
No, you're laughing at me because you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're an idiot. Yeah, you always make excuses for them, Jim. All I do is point out, shut your mouth, you stepping on everything idiot. Does nobody listen to you in Iowa? You just stand in the barn and talk to the bird droppings on the wall? Yeah. I wish somebody would hear me, little white things on the wall.
And you're a piece of garbage.
Yeah, then stop listening. Then stop listening.
You're a self-hating white man. I listen for Anthony.
Oh, my God. Are you a little... You're just...
self-hating white man.
Are you out of your mind? What's the matter? What's the matter, pal? Did your girlfriend open her legs for a black guy? Is that the problem? What's the matter? Did your mother or your sister lay down with a dark fella and that's kind of got to you? Is that what happened? Huh? You were dating a girl, you hillbilly, and all of a sudden she hooked up with one of the basketball players and she really did never come back? Huh? What's that? Did she walk in with her legs kind of broken from the good deep you-know-what he gave her? Shut your mouth. Shut up, self-hating white man. Stop throwing around phrases that you heard. Stop throwing around phrases you heard. You hick. You corn-eating hick. You're a self-hating white man, and I feel good about myself. Shut your mouth. You sit there with a bunch of boring white guys on forklifts. Shut up. I have to work with those you-know-whats.
You're nothing but a parrot. You're a parrot.
Yeah, I'm gonna parrot. Matt, you're boring. Matt.
Jim. You know why? Because you're a parrot from New Brunswick.
I'm from North Brunswick.
Okay, yeah, I know, and I grew up right around from where you live.
Then why'd you move to Iowa, guy who's smarter than me?
Iowa, listen.
Okay, why'd you move to Iowa? Why'd you move to Iowa?
I'm a truck driver. I'm driving through Iowa.
Where do you live?
I live
I don't
in
care.
New Jersey.
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
But the self-hating white man thing, for you to think that, all kidding aside.
Everybody says it. It's not just...
Who says that? What? Everybody, who do you talk to? You on the CB? You think he's a self-hating white man? Good buddy, 10-4. What's your handle? What's your handle? Proud retard? Shut your mouth.
I don't have a CB.
Of course you don't have a CB, because nobody wants to talk to you.
Nobody except for you guys, because I talk to you all the time.
Yeah, but I'm a self-hating white man. Hey, man, thanks for carrying the pride flag. You're right. I'm really self-hating. You're good point. You're a dummy.
Well, hey, I love the show, guys.
Good. Obviously, you listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
Every day, and on replays.
I have to agree with Nick on this one, Jim.
Wow.
Do you really?
Take care, guys.
Yeah,
There goes Nick.
I hope you hit a pole, stupid. I hope you take a swig of whiskey and hit a pole, and your proud white face goes through it, and then you're white and red because you're bleeding from the scalp. Fucking asshole.
Oh, damn.
Jim got mad.
Yeah, Jim got mad on that one.
I don't care if he disagrees with me, but that that annoys me so much. Someone's perception is that wrong.
Jimmy is the furthest thing from a self-hating white man.
It's like you're just a dummy.
Jimmy is just as racist as me.
Well,
that's real skinhead rhetoric, that self-hating white man thing, isn't it?
But it's almost like there are people that would apply to.
Yeah,
But I call, to me, one of my biggest issues is how blacks are not held to the same racial standards by elitist whites.
Yeah.
And for this dummy to think that because I'm saying, well, just not voting, wanting to see Barack as president if you're black is not being hateful.
It's understandable
For this
in a way.
idiot who probably doesn't deal with many black people to say that I'm a self-hating white, it's stupid.
Yeah. Let's go to John in Florida. John?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I hope this call goes well.
Me too. Sorry for the yelling, guys.
Your lips turned color. You got so mad.
I really did. Because I don't care if a guy just disagrees with my point, but that guy I hated. I listen every day and on replay.
You had purple swimming pool lips for a second there.
Lou Costello kid lips.
Oh, God, Jim.
Sorry, man. I'm just a self-hating white man. White baby died. I'm happy. Go ahead.
Oh, shit.
Well, he's proud. He's proud of his whiteness. Good for you, kid. Good for you.
What? Oh, sorry.
That's all right. John in Florida, what's up?
You guys, a lot of people say that, Barack shouldn't be president because of his lack of experience. And I look at it from the opposite. Look with these old white people with the economy, the gas prices. Let a new guy get in there, black or white. He's young, he's new, he's charismatic. Hey, let him take a shot at it, see if he can't do better than these old guys.
You honestly think old white guy is the reason that the prices go up? And that, look through history. You remember through the 70s, there was a giant gas crisis. The prices were ridiculous then, relatively speaking. You had to wait on lines that were a mile long to get to a gas station, odd and even numbered license plates on odd and even days. It was a catastrophe. And then things get better because everything is cyclical.
The whole idea of things changing from placing another guy in there is a sham and an illusion.
Of course.
Nothing is going to change. The rich white people run everything, and
you're a self-hating white man.
And none of these politicians ever keep their promises anyway. So why is everybody buy into this thing? Oh, it's going to be different this time. Your vote is completely meaningless. The only way to get change is through revolution. Storm the castle and slit everyone's throat. That's the only way there's ever been any change throughout history. You don't vote. Everything's changed. You know.
Well, I see your point, but I really think
revolution, it's called.
Revolution. Yeah, let's do a revolution.
No, you got to decapitate a lot of people to get change. You don't just vote them out.
But even now, I mean, the gas price of the economy is bad because of the war. Why not get someone in that wants to talk and use diplomacy and not use diplomacy at the end of a gun and go there and start, shooting people?
I don't know. His hair beads up when he goes swimming. I can't have it.
The point that annoys me is all these people that won't talk to Ahmadinejad because They're like, we're not going to talk to that. I've had enough of. I think the guy. Look, I'd love to see the guy catch a bullet. I'd love to see the Iranian president taken out. With the stupid Robert De Niro face.
Sure.
Yeah, I would love to see it. But what I'm sick and tired of. We're not going to talk to. Why? Why aren't we going to talk to him just because he's not doing what we want him to do? Why shouldn't we?
Ronnie Reagan was from the same kind of school of thought there. He didn't speak with those people. He bombed them.
Yeah.
That's what he did, and
Yeah,
they
we're not
shut
gonna-
their mouths.
Yeah, but we're not going to bomb them enough. We're not going to do that. We're going to bomb them and then apologize and go, "Oh, we're sorry. We shouldn't have done that." And then we're going to kind of keep sending troops in, but make sure not to kill civilians. We're not going to do it right.
Yeah, I know. See, we need someone with some balls in there.
Scatman Crothers still alive? He'd be good.
He's dead.
He's dead.
You like ice cream, Doc?
Doc?
Let's go to Chris in Connecticut. Chris?
I need a snowcat.
Hey, Chris.
What's going on with all the fear here, man? People like Anthony, what are you guys so afraid of? You know, I mean, one white guy, black guy, it's all going to be the
I
same.
have voiced my concerns over this entire campaign, Chris. You didn't hear me? This fear. You're trying to label me as being afraid of a black president. When I'm not. I'm afraid of a left-wing liberal president that's going to tax the living crap out of me when I already pay much too much in tax money, who's going to infringe further on my Second Amendment right to own firearms, and who's going to take money and pretty much socialize the country. That's my fear. I don't care if he's blue.
You kind of do, though.
Nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to.
Oh, really? Maybe a Democratic president with a Democratic Congress and nothing's going to change? Things can change. I understand what Otto was saying before about this massive change. It's not going to be this, either it's going to be a great place to live or a crap hole. Things don't change like that. But I'll tell you what can change. Taxes. Real quick. And your right to bear arms. That crap changes really fast.
Well, the conservatives haven't been very good for radio. I'll say that.
I'll agree with you, but neither have the Democrats. No one's coming out and saying we want people to be able to say this on the radio. It's all this cop-out to get the polls up for themselves by saying, well, I'm here for the children, so the parents will vote for you. It doesn't matter what. That's the one thing these idiots can agree on, is that we suck. That's pretty much all the Republicans and Democrats can agree on, is that everyone in radio blows.
He's going to be the next president.
Yeah, I said he was. I know.
He's gonna be the next president.
Yeah.
You got to see him in Berlin. You got to see all the people in the whole world just worshiping this guy because that's who they want.
Hey, I want to go to this Berlin thing. I'm hearing a lot of those people went to the Obama thing because there was bands playing. Like what bands were playing that 200,000 people would show up for?
Well, they still aren't booing him.
But supposedly he was, they got the people there because of bands. I need to know what bands.
I just think it's time to get used to the fact that he's going to be the next president. Get over it.
All right, Chris, thanks. Let's go to Jess in New
Get
Jersey.
over it. Why don't you suck? And you know what? Get over it. I just explained my friggin' point, and this guy's get over it?
We're all
Politics
I
is a
can't
bad topic,
stand
fellas.
people.
It's a bad topic.
Ugh.
No, but it's not even a political disagreement.
Disgust me.
It's the douches behind the political.
I said what I said. Ugh.
Everybody's got their little opinion. They stand by it.
This is why I hate that trucker's guts, for real. Because when you say something like, you always make excuses for them, and it's like, you're out of your, like, that's the last thing I do. All I talk about is how the media doesn't cover the hate crimes the same way, and how black on white crime is never considered racial. Like, I've said that into the, obviously it's redundant, I've beat it into the ground, and then because I'm making a point that this dummy doesn't agree with, he calls up with that, and he just starts to lie. He's a liar.
Self-hating white guy.
Let's do one more call before the break. Jess in Jersey. What's up, Jess?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
You know who throws that phrase around? Emasculated, eunuch white guys.
Oh.
You're a self-hating white man. Like, they're carrying the flag. Like, they're proud.
Yeah.
And anybody who looks at it like, well, maybe that's not completely the way it should be.
I don't go around thinking of myself as a white man. I'm just, Otto, a guy.
I don't think of myself as a white man. I just think of myself as good.
Wake up in the morning and go, boy, I'm glad I'm white still,
You're Otto.
Who thinks like that?
Let's go to Jess in Jersey. Jess.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey, Jess.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you, madam.
Hey, don't you think that rather than being racist, that most of the black people that say they were voting for Obama is more on a level of ignorance?
What do you mean?
And bad tippers.
Ignorance, what do you mean?
The fact that they're saying, oh, we're just going to vote for Obama because he's black, well, that's more of an ignorant statement than racist.
But he's not. It's not like he's black and nuts. It's like he's a viable candidate. You understand? If they were voting for him,
he's not black, really.
Yeah, but I mean, he's the first.
The
black
same people
candidate.
cheered when OJ was acquitted,
Yeah.
even knowing that he was guilty.
Exactly.
Just because he's black.
And the excuse was, well, we finally got to win one.
Yeah,
we did?
Yeah.
Really? The rich guy that shunned the black community for his entire
Until he
professional
needed
life? He's one of yours?
Yeah.
Just based purely on the color of his skin.
Right.
If there's one race that bases things so purely on skin color, where Martin Luther King had said, to not base it on skin color, but base it on content to character.
Yeah,
if there's one race of people that bases things solely on skin color, the majority of the time, it's black people.
Yeah.
They do.
I'm getting mad.
What about the fact that he's been raised by a white family?
Yeah.
Miss,
Grandparents,
if black
white.
people want to see a black president, I don't think that's crazy to want. I get so
Why?
irritated.
Just because he's black?
Dude,
That's silly.
Look at how annoyed we get over certain racial stuff. Like when I see a hate crime not reported because they don't want to say black or
Yep.
they won't give a black description, I want to bite somebody's face.
Yeah, it's
Can you
infuriating.
imagine coming from the other side how aggravating it would be? Like I don't think it's crazy to be black and say, "Hey, I would like to see that." I don't think that's racist. If the guy was going, "My hero is Idi Amin," and they were still voting for him, then there's a major problem.
Just because what
But he's
about
getting a lot of white votes too. He's getting a tremendous amount of white votes. He's a viable candidate.
guilty white hating white people?
No.
Gildred.
I have no guilt. None.
Let's take a
I
break.
like me.
I like me.
My customers
My
like
customers,
me.
my friends like me.
Other white people like me.
Yeah.
Except for that trucker. Carry the flag, kiddo.
Yeah.
You keep being proud, Dixie. You keep on being proud. You keep on telling it like it is, kiddo.
We really got to take a break. A lot of stuff is going on in Otto's life. So OttoandGeorge.com to find out what he's up to. Okay,
Yeah.
Is that easy today?
Yeah.
OttoandGeorge.com. We'll continue.
Thank you.
Call Opie and Anthony. 866-WOW-1-WOW. 866-WOW-1-WOW.
Call the Opie and Anthony Show.
866-WOW-1-WOW.
Cell phone and PDA users send your message to feedback at opieandanthony.com.
Call Opie and Anthony.
Call the Opie and Anthony Show.
866-WOW-1-WOW. 866-WOW-1-WOW.
Opie and Anthony.
I actually heard about them from a trip to Massachusetts way back when. And as soon as I heard that they were in New York, I listened, and I listened every morning.
Opie and Anthony.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Let's not forget, tomorrow you can get a $10 ticket for our comedy show that we're doing Saturday at the PNC Bank Arts Center in Homedale, New Jersey. Otto from Otto and George will absolutely be performing this Saturday. And I'm looking forward to that, Otto.
Thank you.
But $10 tickets go on sale tomorrow. One day only, by the way.
LiveNation.com.
That's right. Peter Heggs from Cleveland. Good morning to Cleveland. Also, we should say good morning to Boston. We got great ratings from Boston last week.
Boston.
We kind of casually blew that off, but doing very, very, very well in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Beating that dumb man show. Peter from Cleveland writes, first off, happy birthday to Jimmy.
Thank you.
Go give a hooker a blank blanking. Anthony, calm down. We want Obama to be president because he truly represents our interests.
Who's our?
Also, good point, Jimmy. And then, once again, Anthony, stop being so short-sighted and complaining about taxes.
Why? You know something? Go blow. I can complain about taxes if I want.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm the one paying them. An insane amount. So don't even tell me. God. Sick of you leeches on my back. You're all leeches sucking off me, off my teat.
We're trying to figure out why there are 200,000 people in Berlin for Obama.
Yeah.
And I guess this band, Reamon? How do you say this band's name? R-E-A-M-O-N-A. R-E-A-M-O-N-N, excuse me. Performed, and they're one of the hottest things going in Germany. So a lot of people went to see this band and then stuck around to see what Obama had to say.
Yeah.
Or at least that's how some people are spinning this now.
Berserker.
Oh, you know, it's got to be just something really angry. And then another band called the German Reggae Sanger Patrice. What does that mean?
Patrice? What?
Patrice was doing some reggae for the German people for Obama? Whatever. And it looked like we got a picture of the band with Obama, and it looks like he's throwing up a gang sign.
Yeah, Obama's like doing an M kind of a...
But it turns out he's just showing off a ring that the band gave him. So he's an honorary member of this band, and supposedly there's only 5 of these rings, and now Obama has one of the rings.
Hope he has no clue, and it's like a Hitler Youth ring they gave him. Wears it with pride. Hey, you know what that is over there? You go.
Lying suit and tie wearing devil baby. That's all he is. Nothing behind those eyes.
Lifeless eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Yeah, like a doll's eyes.
Yeah, well.
Let's say hi to...
That's your next president.
Let's say hi to Nick in Ohio. Nick?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, how you guys doing this morning?
Hi, Nick. Doing all right, Nick.
I was just going to say that even if Obama does get elected in, I mean, you got to remember what Carlin said. It's a big club, and none of us are in it. So he's going to go with what his party's doing, and the black people are going to hate that. So what are they going to do then?
I don't think the black people are going to hate what Democrats are doing.
No.
I mean, either way, the black people, they hate authority, and Obama's going to be a figure of authority.
Jesus. A blanket statement.
Yeah. Black people, they hate authority.
Look at this guy, Nick.
He's probably right, but who likes it?
Yeah.
Nobody likes authority.
It doesn't matter what
Having
color you are.
authority put on you.
Who actually likes authority out there?
Yeah.
Seriously.
I can think of one dumb
like
head
authority.
nodding along with this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Somewhere
Yeah.
behind an 18-wheeler. Yup, see?
Yeah.
All right, Nick. I think there's going to be a lot of people disappointed that there isn't drastic change when Obama becomes
Nothing
the president
ever
of the United
changed.
States
They
of
lied
America.
to get
Oh, there'll be
elected.
some change, but not this drastic change that people think is going to happen because Obama becomes president.
How many? Every 4 years, another sham artist comes along and everybody sees hope.
We're trying to get a montage together of all
A third of every dollar you make is theirs, or you go to jail. What free country?
Exactly. You're not really free to do much.
We want to get a montage of all the presidential candidates over the years that talked about change.
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 We need true change.
Change.
Real change.
Change.
Yeah.
Every single.
Do you?
Every single time. All right, you guys want to change gears a little bit? I mean, this Obama thing, we do this on a regular basis. You know that.
Yeah.
We got a 73-year-old retired Japanese businessman turning into a porn star.
Yeah.
And we got a man open fires at kids' church performance of Annie. Where do you want to go?
Oh.
Performance of Annie?
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Is it that bad?
The
I don't know.
sweet and the sour.
All right, let's play that then.
All right.
Let's see what this story's all about.
Police in Knoxville, Tennessee are searching the apartment of that man accused of killing 2 people during a church service. Jim Atkinson is under arrest and charged with murder. Children were performing a play at the church service yesterday when witnesses say Atkinson began shouting hateful words. He then allegedly opened fire, killing 60-year-old Greg McKendry and 61-year-old Linda Krager. 7 others were hurt, all of them adults. People at the church finally were able to tackle the gunman to the ground. The FBI is looking into whether the shooting can be classified as a hate crime.
Well, what do
Hate
you
crime.
think? He hated something.
He yelled out hateful words.
Right.
And then fired.
Yeah.
And it was hateful.
Yeah.
And they now are considering hate crime. Could you please be a little more specific? That's not the news. I want to know. I want to know what the hate was from.
Oh.
Did he
What-
shoot a 6-year-old?
Yeah.
In the church?
Why wouldn't they just beat him to death?
I never understood why when Good Samaritans hold people for police for such a heinous crime, they don't just kill them. It's easy. You put a knee on the neck, you just crush the windpipe and go, he was trying to get away. He had the gun. He was doing this, that. You're not going to get one person that's not going to back you up with a dead
Poor guy must have
6-year-old.
fell down.
Poor guy must have
I
fell.
think it was a dead 60-year-old.
No, but the second, I could be wrong.
Said he shot a kid, I think.
I think a 6-year-old.
That's what I thought
But
I
anyway,
heard.
if you
Wow,
open
I
fire
totally
in
missed
church,
that then.
Yeah.
why don't they just beat you to death?
Yeah.
Like, why save the taxpayers' money? Just kill him.
Yeah.
Or shoot him. Well, you probably can't because then you have to answer. So everybody
He
just
might have
step
still
on
been
him.
holding the gun. Sometimes they don't drop
Yeah.
it.
You bite him.
You know what
Sink
you
your
do?
teeth into the bridge of his nose. Sink your teeth into the side of his. He'll drop the gun.
You grab his hand with the gun, and you put it against his head, and you pull the trigger and go, damn, I hate when they kill themselves.
Yeah.
Then you can't bring him to justice.
I know.
Somebody would rash.
And are you happy or sad?
3 times they shot himself. It's in the chest.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's in the leg.
It was a 60 and a 61-year-old.
A 60 and a 61-year-old?
Yeah, so who cares?
Yeah, no great
Jeez.
loss.
If it was a kid,
They
whatever.
pretty much threw the prime of their life anyway.
If it was a kid, then we'd care.
Then we'd all be mad.
They pay for stuff at the grocery store with change. Screw 'em.
And you want one more or not? We're all
Sure.
very angry today, but you want one more?
Sure.
All right, Jeff Lyons in Philly writes, I used to think Twitchell's was your worst. I just updated. Hold on a second. Recurring bit, but the scared little white guy with big guns spouting the same tired old Obama spiel is truly the worst. We get it, Ant. You made your point again. Move on. Go clean a barrel or two.
You know something? I hope someday your house gets invaded, a home invasion, and you sit there and watch your wife get raped
By Jeff
and,
Goldblum.
and your daughter, and watch your daughter get ravaged, and it just goes on as you watch before they're killed in front of you.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I wish for. That's that easy. I like my guns.
Let's go to Scott in Buffalo.
They're handy.
Scott. Buffalo. Scott. In Buffalo.
Nah, he's not there,
Hey,
just
I was
like we're
watching
not.
the show. It was A&E on demand. And it's called I Survived.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. They have it's about people
Oh, I
who
heard about that show,
survive
yeah.
these horrible near-death experiences.
Yeah, yeah.
And they have 3 people. Like the one episode was this girl Lonnie, and
By being married to Burt Reynolds. Yeah, I got lippy occasionally. Made fun of his hair.
I slept with Stroker Ace twice.
And there was her, and I forget the other 2 that were in there. Oh, one guy named Stanley who was kidnapped at gunpoint here in New York. He was a U.S. attorney, and one more. And they all walk through these near-death experiences they've had. Like Lonnie's boyfriend shot her in the head 4 times, and she talked about how she had to play dead for hours. It's really fascinating.
Wow.
Stanley was kidnapped at gunpoint. They found out he was a U.S. attorney, and he was held for a few days. And I forget what the other woman who did. Or the other guy survived some kind of a freezing cold thing. And I saw 3 of
Don't
these episodes.
struggle with your abductors, Stanley. Do what they say and then run.
Perhaps I could hit them with a pie. Oh, God damn.
See, like 2 peas in a pod.
He seems to have a gun.
I don't know what to do, Holly.
Play dead.
Why don't you pattern your life after mine? I go where I want and do what I want and then tell our wives. We ship hiked, didn't we, Stanley? We thumbed our way. I love those guys.
What happened to Stanley? He was at gunpoint. He's the guy that got kidnapped?
Yes. But they walk you through, like there's 3 of them, and they're all, you don't hear one complete story, then the second complete story. It's like you'll hear 15% of one, 15% of one,
Yeah.
15% of, and then they walk, it's
Make you
this way
hang
they
on.
all keep you interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're hearing people, like one guy is just talking about, in one of the episodes, he's about how his neighbor cut his throat. And he's like, and then he sliced my throat one way and back the other way.
Damn.
Guy wanted drug money. It was really
Nice people.
Oh, God.
One woman was in the garden, and then she went in the house, and her husband wasn't found, and she started getting beaten by a guy who wound up raping her and kidnapping her from her home and keeping her for a week.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I mean, but and you know they survived because they're there talking, so I'm like,
Yeah.
no way.
The girl who got shot 4 times in the head is now the flute in Jethro Tull.
And she's the spokeswoman for Excedrin.
Let's go to Dante in New
Christmas,
York.
she gets lead hats.
Dante, what's up?
Hey.
He has a problem with what Ant just said.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
no.
What
Dante!
happened, Dante?
What's wrong with
See, here you go,
people
Dante.
today?
Don't listen to the radio. Listen to the phone.
He basically wanted to say that you can't just kill anyone.
Of course not. But I think he was probably wanting to comment on what we said about the guy in the church. If a guy in a church opens fire and then the Samaritans pin him down, and you always hear about this, maybe an innocent bystander gets shot and then people pin him down on the playground and wait for police. Like, how is the guy alive? Why not some outrage where you just choke the guy or just crush his windpipe and go, it was a lot of people. He had a gun. We were trying to subdue him, and things happen.
I always thought that with the arresting officer who got Mark Chapman when he killed John Lennon, should have just pulled his service revolver and just blown his brains out, and then just said, "I was a Beatle fan. Arrest me if you want."
Yeah,
the
nothing
whole
would have
city
happened to him.
The whole city would have been at his back,
Yeah.
Or the guy Richard Reed on the American Airlines flight.
Oh,
you
that
catch
guy,
him trying
yeah.
to blow his feet up and take him
Oh,
down.
yeah.
Just kill him.
He's dead.
He's a
You gotta
roach.
kill him.
Yeah.
Kill him. And
Yeah,
the guy
really.
that stands up, you all just saw him shoot these people.
Yeah,
you don't
that
need a scummy lawyer.
That guy's in prison now watching free HBO and again watching Entourage and tried to blow up a jet with his stupid sneaker. Now everybody has to remove their shoes for the rest of time because of this jerk-off move.
They should have just strangled him.
Yeah.
They should have just choked him to death.
Yeah. His head would squash like an eggplant.
Not gonna use Seafeld's head.
All right, I guess I don't think we have time to get into the 73-year-old retired Japanese businessman turned porn star. But if you want, we could
What is he just
squeeze it
making
in.
home movies? Is he?
He decided,
Wow.
yeah, to change occupations at 73 years old.
73. That's a good one.
Shigeo Tokuda looks like your average retiree, but there is nothing average about this 73-year-old when he steps in front of the camera. Shigeo Tokuda is a porn star. From the old to the young, Tokuda woos and coos and always gets the girl. With 200 porn movies under his belt, Tokuda, that's his porn name, is Japan's leading man in the genre of elderly porn.
This guy rocks.
Probably the only one.
Huh?
He's the leading man in elderly porn. He's probably the only one.
Yeah.
He wants to bang old people.
I know.
Let's go to Jason. We got to go backwards. Jason, what's up?
Hey guys, how you doing? Listen, I had heard on the news this morning that guy that went crazy in the church, that one of the people that he shot with a shotgun was blocking a child from getting shot. This guy should be stomped.
He should have just been. He should have been wiped out like an insect. He should have been bludgeoned to death. And then everyone in the church said he stood up. He fired a weapon, and a bunch of us jumped on him. We don't know what happened.
What happened to the angry villagers storming,
with
chasing Frankenstein into the windmill?
Pitchforks and torches.
Yeah, with the short pants and the lederhosen.
Back to the old dude in Japan.
I retired and didn't have anything to do, says Tokuda, a former 9-to-5 travel agent. This is my second life. I don't know how long I can keep living, but I want to enjoy the rest of it. To be honest, I don't understand why people are buying these videos, says Ruichi Kadoaki, president of Ruby Productions, which makes Tokuda's movies. Ruby pioneered the elderly porn field by accident. It started producing adult movies with middle-aged stars, then older and older actors, and saw better and better sales. Ruby now specializes in elderly porn and is looking into selling its DVDs in retirement homes.
It's terrible. I'm going to vomit. What's the difference between pussy and sushi? Rice.
Why would old people want to look at old people having sex?
Yeah. I don't think they do.
Why don't you want to look at young people having sex? Old people porn is great if you're at a party.
Yeah.
And you want to goof. You throw on 12
goof.
people banging.
Yeah.
Everybody laughs and has punch.
Well, our Century Sex Tape got a lot of views.
Yeah, it's
As a freak show.
Yeah, some lady
Complete.
supposedly was 100 getting banged.
It's not a turn on. It's an aberration. It's a curiosity.
But people are buying these movies.
Wow.
One more clip.
In his generation, Tokuda is a superstar, says Kono. He encourages older people to think, I can do this because that old man can do this. My friends say I'm lucky because I have a job where I'm valued, says Tokuda. Many seniors get depressed because they don't have anything to do. They go crazy. Takuta's wife and daughter support his second career, but they don't want to know the details. Takuta hopes to work until he's 80 or even older, giving it his all, he says, until the end.
Fluffer is getting a lot of overtime, right? 2 ice cream sticks and some duct tape.
Make it a splint. That's great.
We need to see clips of this guy in action, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got today? We got Otto from Otto and George stopped by and did great for us. He's
Can
going to
I
be at
plug
the
my
Comedy
St.
Show
George
Saturday.
Theater?
Yeah,
Please.
And then after the Comedy Show this Saturday, he's got another gig to promote.
St. George Theater in Staten Island, August 7th. For tickets, box office 718-442-2900.
And also AuttoandGeorge.com. And go on YouTube, Otto and George Meet Jesus.
Yes.
And don't forget, tomorrow we got tickets going for $10 for our comedy show this Saturday. Something that Live Nation's doing with a bunch of their shows. And we're one of those shows. So tomorrow only, you can get a ticket for $10.
And I've been giving out a phone number of you can call and leave me messages, and I actually call people back sometimes, not always. 917-267-2602. I'm going to be updating that more, especially as I go into my surgery in a week and a half.
Okay. We're out of here.
All righty.
Thank you.
It was fun. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We're off to XM.
Sirius XM. Or XM Sirius.
I don't know. Off to XM where all hell is breaking loose. They're sharpening the machetes. We're just hoping to survive. We'll have to wait and see on that. All right, guys. Thanks.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
XM 202.
In the world of Radio Shock Jock, the biggest are Opie and Anthony.
These people say shocking things that border on offensive in order to entertain their audience.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio Bad Boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony. Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Radio Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
I go into her room, and there are panties on the floor.
Oh, you're getting creepy.
I had to pick up the panties and put them on.
I can't believe he said that.
You know something. Opie and Anthony.
Catch shovel baseball! Oh, nice! Whoa, that was
hey.
I didn't hit him hard enough. Oh!
Opie and Anthony.
Terry Schiavo, I loved you in The Grudge. Will you be doing more voiceover work?
This is the worst show This is the worst show I've ever been on.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Oh, God damn it. Are you kidding me?
What's the matter?
Where's E-Rock?
What canal?
We had like a 5-minute discussion. Are we going to play the John Mayer? Are we playing the John Mayer thing?
Oh, my God, E-Rock.
You didn't want to lose the intro. You want to
No, I said before. Whatever. Who gives a shit? We'll all be fired soon anyway. It's the Opie and Anthony show here at XM Satellite Radio. I guess John Mayer did like a quick little like ID. And there was a whole discussion, pretty much the entire walkover today. And then it continued in studio, and in the end, E-Rock misunderstood me.
Dropped the ball again.
Right. I said, yes, play it right after the intro, before Rage.
Is the ball, E-Rock? Boom, boom, boom.
It was a quick, dumb thing, so it doesn't matter, but whatever. Rick in St. Louis, of course, call. He says, I was a victim of a home invasion last night. Want me to call in? Yes. Yes. Of course.
Yes.
You want to start with cockroaches?
Cockroaches, yes.
Well, before we go there, how was the secret Back to the Future show?
What a lot of fun that was.
It wasn't a secret show, though, right?
No, it wasn't secret. It was the what was it officially called? Danny,
it was the secret show to the future.
The secret show to the future.
And basically, it was all you guys playing Back
Yep.
to the Future. You told everyone to push play at the same time.
Yep.
And then you let the movie roll, and you guys commented about Back to the Future.
And we commented, and we noticed after a while, most of the comments was about Marty fucking his mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when you really break that movie down to its bare essentials, it's really just Marty's mother just completely frothing over him.
Is a whore,
Yeah.
pretty much. Like anybody that shows her any attention, she'll just open her fucking legs for.
Yeah.
Pretty much
And,
it.
like, she was so heavy into Marty, and like all it really took was George to save her from like it was one instance.
Biff
and all
the
of a sudden-
rapist.
all of a sudden, she wasn't even interested in any of that Marty cock anymore, and just immediately cock hopped over to George.
And then even after that, when they're at the dance, fucking redhead douchebag comes over and cuts in and starts dancing with her. And, George is walking away. And what does she do? She's not pushing fucking redhead douche away and saying, hey, George, come here, I'm with you. No, and then George has to come up and mush him in the face, and then they kiss, of course, and everything's fine and dandy.
Did the show get good reviews?
I have no idea. I was asleep during the last 15 minutes.
For a show that went from midnight on a Sunday morning to 3 in the morning, it got like a 48-page listening thread with like 17,000 views. Like I was actually really surprised by that. It was pretty weird.
You fell asleep, Ant?
No, actually, we were done with the movie, and then I went back out and left. I wasn't in the last 10 minutes of the program.
Yeah, we came back just to kind of wrap it up and end the show. And
you didn't even finish the show?
No, I did. It was over. The movie was over. We were done with the Back to the Future show.
Yeah. And then what happened?
I just figured I'd leave these guys to their own devices.
And did Jimmy? Did I miss something? Anthony fell asleep?
No.
I
I was done with the show. Like I was done, so I was just outside.
I heard a rumor too. Who told you he fell asleep?
No one. He just said that he was not there for the last 20 minutes. So I was asking.
No, it wasn't 20 minutes. It was like 10 minutes.
Oh no, I
There
didn't
was
hear
a
that at
rumor
all.
that you slept here or fell asleep or something.
No.
Oh, there's
Not
some
at all.
chatter going on, man.
Chatter.
Some people are chattering.
I was in one of the chairs over there,
just mellowing out.
Yeah, and I kind of shut my eyes.
Was there a lot of beer being drank?
Yeah, we had a couple of beers.
We don't have bosses. You can
XM doesn't
say it.
allow for the use of beverages.
I know. I had a couple of beers.
The person that would fire you for that is getting fired themselves. So you can openly talk about drinking or not drinking at this point.
We do have bosses now.
Oh,
New bosses.
Yeah, it's just going to be a different guy to fire me.
The new boss.
That's not a good way to start out.
Secret Show is great. Secret Show is great. So the reviews are coming in.
Yeah, we did have a good time.
I'm so lame because
Big discussion.
I wanted to stay up and listen to the show.
Uh-huh.
And I do have the Back to the Future DVD, and I was ready to go.
Oh, see?
And I fell asleep. I couldn't stay awake till midnight on a Saturday.
Damn.
How lame is that?
That would have been cool. You could have been part of it.
It was one of those
on the other end.
It was one of those things where you're trying to stay awake, and you just don't stay awake. I was trying everything too. I was just so effing tired for whatever reason. I don't know.
A lot of trivia.
Yeah.
Was being passed along. We were trying to, outdo each other on the little trivia notes and stuff. And Sam just could not get over the amount of foreshadowing that was.
Which, yeah,
happening.
if you just kind of breeze through the listening thread, all the listeners, they weren't happy about all the foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing, because all Sam would say during any scene was like, "Well, I believe what that is a foreshadowing of what happens later," and he wouldn't stop fucking saying foreshadowing.
Nice.
Like, shut up! Enough about the foreshadowing.
All right, we got his name's not Rick. It's Rock. Rock in St. Louis.
Rock Quarry.
Rock.
Hello.
Hey there, Rock.
Can you hear us?
Hey, it's Rick in St. Louis.
Yeah, whatever.
That's what I said the first time, but then they put Rock up on the phone thing. So, all right, Rick, what do you got?
Hey, man. 12:30 this morning. I'm sitting there. I'm sleeping in my chair. I hear my storm door open, thinking it's my son coming home. The door. They jiggle the door. Somehow they got the door open. One guy walks through my freaking house. I went, what the fuck was this? I jump up immediately, grab the guy around the neck, tackle him to the fucking ground. My wife is in hysterics. She's wondering what's going on. At this point, I tell her, I said, look, go to the closet, grab my fucking 12 gauge. I got him subdued, duct taped him up, called the house. Or called the cops, not called my house. Jesus Christ, I'm still so fucking amped up. It's unreal.
Sure.
Held the 12 gauge to his head till the cops got there. The guy said he was drunk and went to the wrong house. Now, this gentleman, let's just say he has no business being in my neighborhood and everything. And the cops whisked him away and charged him with attempted burglary and a home invasion.
That's great. Did he have a weapon?
Yes, I do.
No. Did he have a gun or a knife or?
He had a knife, which, when I tackled him, he lost the knife. There was another guy with him. The other guy took off running away. I heard this morning, before I went to work, the cops had found the other guy. They've both been charged.
Good for you, man. It's great.
Well, here's the problem, though. They're going to get out of jail, and they're now going to be very mad at you.
Yeah.
And they're
come
coming
back.
to get you.
No, they're not.
I would move.
No one's mad at you when they break into your house and you fuck them up. They're like, all right, he got us.
Got me.
You can't. No one can get mad at that.
What part of St. Louis? Because a lot of people want to know if it's their neighborhood.
8 miles east of downtown St. Louis in Belleville, Illinois.
Is that a good place?
I don't know, but do you remember the song, Why Don't You Meet Me in St. Louis, Louis? I love that.
I love that one.
Yeah, but I'm still so freaking amped up. This is unreal, I mean, just the thought that somebody could invade my home where my wife and child.
That's right.
That's good. You had a shotgun, man.
Guns.
Excellent.
Guns from my cold, dead hands.
And I'm telling you what, after this tonight, I'm going out and buying a Bushmaster 223.
There you go.
But you got the shotgun
that thing
already.
right there.
He's got the shotgun, though.
That's all right. A little more precision.
He needs more guns.
Who doesn't?
More guns for everybody.
More guns, more gooder.
You don't need precision. Just fucking spray.
Unload.
Yeah.
Let her rock.
Well, I'm glad you're all right there, Rick.
Thanks, boys. I'm punching out, man. Thank you.
All right.
Take care, man.
That's just creepy.
Yeah.
You got to watch that. People constantly going to be trying to get into your house and get your stuff. Get your woman. It's like cavemen. They're like cavemen out there. Got to be armed with a nice club. Bash them over the head.
All right. Let's get the cockroach count. This is all I thought about this weekend.
La cucarachas.
We learned last week that there are cockroaches that have completely invaded and taken over this facility.
It's infested.
It's infested. So we laid down some traps on Saturday, somewhere Friday, and now we get to see what our traps caught. Sam has one of the traps in his hands.
Well, the other trap that was under a file cabinet just got one.
Oh, God, that one's...
This one was under the sink and has... The real problem is that there's like at least, I count 6 to 7 baby cockroaches.
Okay.
Which means they're reproducing.
Right. Oh, wow. Cockroaches reproducing in an environment of filth and fucking food and disgust?
They're also all still alive because they're moving their antenna, but they can't move because their feet are stuck.
They're trying to figure out, they're trying to communicate, hey, my feet are stuck. So are mine, idiot. Talking to each other. How are your feet? Stuck.
I'm walking, but I'm not getting any closer. What's happening? Yeah. It's glue, idiot.
We're in a glue trap.
This.
We're so dead.
I'm walking, you're not getting any closer. Could you explain that?
Ted the cockroach.
It's Ted the imperceptive cockroach. I'm hungry, but there's no food to be found, and I can't seem to get anywhere.
So there's a total of 16 baby cockroaches in this. And full size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 full size cockroaches.
Let me see that. So there's 25 in this one trap alone?
Yeah.
Oh, where are the real big guys, though?
The big fatties,
Yeah.
like the one that Post stepped on the other day.
Oh, my
They're there.
God. One. Yeah, he's right. Look at how many cockroaches.
Look at the other
I
side.
can't stand the cockroach.
There's way more than 16. There's a lot
Disgusting
of really
little bug.
tiny ones in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You said 19 on the one side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You missed 14. You missed that guy. Dude, there's 30-something in this trap alone. You miscounted.
Well, I got one in this trap, so that's correct.
And one in that?
Yes.
So there you go.
It'd be funny if there's all those roaches and a dog or a turtle.
Dog.
Just some weird animal.
Hopefully...
There's an armadillo in here. Let's fuck it.
Hopefully Travis's bulldog will get caught in one of these dumb things.
That useless animal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Travis's beard. And by that I don't mean Lisa.
Here.
He's gay.
Here you go.
Oh, come on.
Ant.
No, it's all right, Ed. It's okay.
Because the road strap bounced right by you.
Yes, I know.
One of them might have fallen out.
Yeah.
Get that fucking... Look, they're all moving around.
Do you think they're saying to each other, hey, we just got thrown, and yet we didn't fall out. What do you think happened? It's new safety standards.
Unfortunately, new safety standards.
That's why see, the glow's a good thing. They don't want us to fall.
We're buckled up.
Yeah.
So now what? Are we laying down some new traps?
Yeah, put another new trap under the sink, because that's where the cornucopia of roaches came from.
Yeah, sure.
I put one in Poe's office, because I can only assume how many roaches will be found in there.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah.
So not bad for our first hunt. We got about 30 to 35 cockroaches in the two traps. Well, the one trap wasn't impressive at all, but...
No.
But, it adds one.
Right. All right. Let's say hi to Dave in Massachusetts. Dave.
I can explain the cockroaches in one word.
Yeah.
Earl.
You think?
Thanks.
That was Blind Dave.
Wow, that was?
Absolutely, that was Blind Dave from the
You're
old
good
days.
with the voices and stuff.
Do you know that not only was Earl here at about 9:30 on Saturday night, just hanging around doing who knows what, but he actually came back. Like, I remember seeing Earl, like, it was after midnight by that point.
Yeah, it was 12:30 when he came back.
Why? Why is Earl here at all hours of the day and night on weekends?
That's what he does.
He forgot something.
Public file.
Had to stay for 45 minutes to get it, I guess.
You guys are so stupid. The reason Earl is here, because this place is way better than his apartment.
Even with the roaches.
That's all that's about.
Mm-hmm.
People have been trying to figure out the Earl thing for years. It's so obvious. He doesn't have big, huge flat screen TVs and nice couches to lounge on and all that.
Make a good point.
And cable systems that get every single channel imaginable. That's why he's here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no mystery. This place is better than where he lives. Let's go to David in North Carolina. David.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, you're talking to these cockroaches. You ever watch a show called Verminators? You can find out a lot. A single female can produce up to 20,000 babies a month.
Doesn't matter how intelligent anything coming out of their mouth is. It doesn't matter. He just gave out a little stat. It's nice, probably accurate, scientifically speaking, but
just sounds like Balderdash.
It's Balderdash. Thank you, Jim. That is exactly what it sounds like.
What happens?
Poppycock.
Could someone explain the Southern accent? Like, what happens in the mouth that causes that?
That made it kind of talk like that.
What is it?
I think it might be the French influence. I don't know what the fuck it is. There is something, like any accent in this country can be traced back to people that came over. If you look at an English accent and a Boston accent, they're very similar. The dropping of the R's is very English, but it's like an English accent without that little lilt, that English lilt to it, so it just sounds silly.
It just shows you that humans are influenced way too easily.
Yeah, and then it lasts forever. Same thing with New York. A New York accent is part of an English accent.
Right.
But then the South, that is an odd kind of a thing. What the fuck influenced that?
I don't know. But Sam's got a post that he feels very confident about. Yes.
Feel confident.
Danny has named this new segment. It's called What's the Traps?
What's the Traps?
What's the Traps?
I like What's the Traps.
What's the Traps, yo?
First day doing What's the Traps? 30 to 35 cockroaches.
Yeah.
Let's go to Chris in Houston. Chris.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Hey, use the Asti Martini Rosy champagne. It's real sweet. I left a glass of it out one night and came back the next morning. There was like 5 or 6 of them drunk and drowned.
Come on.
I'm dead.
All right, let's try that. We want to try all sorts of methods because so far the glue traps are doing very well for us.
I did it the next day, and I got about 10 more just drunk and drowned.
But the real issue is, why do you live in such a dump?
Because I'm a bastard.
All right, good. Then we had that exchange.
All right, thank you.
Perfect. But say bastard next time.
Yeah. Let's go to North Carolina again. Sean.
Yep, you guys shouldn't be killing the cockroaches in studio because the eggs don't crush, and then they sit on whatever you kill them with, whether it be like sole of a shoe or something. then you transport those eggs into your home or wherever you decide to go from there.
Don't get me off.
And then, so you step on one, and then you walk like 3 city blocks in the heat, and then still the eggs are still good.
Yeah. So you don't understand. I don't actually step gingerly. I moonwalk when I go home.
Yeah.
I moonwalk and dance.
Over roaches.
Well, Jimmy, you might be okay if you moonwalk home.
Yeah, I do, because it scrapes them.
All right, we're learning a lot about cockroaches. That's wonderful, but I would love to learn a lot about mergers.
Yes.
Well, what's going on in D.C. right now is pretty much what we got in that trap. They're all just kind of walking in place.
Hey, what happened?
Yeah.
The machetes, like I said, are getting sharpened. It's going to be a bloodbath by the end of the week.
For the people that remain, going to be plenty of good parking spots in that lot.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. Everyone gets a close spot.
Look on the bright side. Now, we got Don Wicklund. He's still in-house, right? I
Is he?
I think Elo's got to be in Chicago by now, so maybe we could get Wicklund on the phone and get the vibe of what's going on down there in Washington. That's what we need to do, right?
We can't get Wicklund on the phone when things are going well, much less when everybody's just being skewered.
A lot of people saying, don't step on the cockroaches. You'll bring the eggs back to your house.
I don't step. That was Poe. Poe was the one that jumped on that.
Yeah.
How great would it be? All of a sudden he came home and there was fucking 50 roaches sitting on his front door. Gentlemen.
50 less than usual?
Yeah, I have a feeling that Poe has a lot of roaches at his house.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I hope not.
We should ask him.
You're profiling.
No.
They're creepy. They're still moving in the trap.
Yeah.
They're icky.
We're gonna
icky.
Why don't they just cut it out?
And you're going to eat?
Yes. Well, I'm not fucking...
That's what does it. What's the matter there, Poe?
I'm not going to sit...
Poe's insulted.
Why?
Why is Poe insulted?
You have no roaches, right?
You have cockroaches at your house. I guarantee it.
No, I don't have any roaches, but I had mice. I don't have mice anymore.
What happened?
You have mice still.
No,
How'd you get rid of the mice?
How'd you get rid of the mice?
I got rid of them because I
It's with a spinning back kick.
Tell me how you got rid of the mice. And
what happened is they were coming in through the dishwasher, and I covered up the holes.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, so you don't think you have mice anymore?
Well, they're not coming in anymore. I don't see any more
how do you
droppings.
Know? They're there.
If they are, I haven't seen
Jimmy
them.
Turned me on to the whole mice thing. I go, Jimmy, I found a mouse in my apartment. And Jimmy freaked out. He goes, if you have one, that means you have hundreds. I'm like, shut up, Jimmy. No fucking way. I got just one dumb stray mouse. And I killed that motherfucker in a glue trap and then proceeded to kill between 50 and 60 more with electric traps.
Infestation.
Yes. Jimmy
Hundreds?
was correct. Oh, they're all around you. They're just trying to figure out how to get back into your apartment because they know that's where the good eats are.
Good eats.
Yeah.
Right.
The num-nums.
Huh?
How'd you get rid of the mice? I made a deal with them. We played tic-tac-toe. I won 3 out of 4 games.
They had to leave.
That's right.
You temporarily got rid of the mice, my friend.
So they're still there, huh?
Yeah. I would guarantee it. You know what? Any of those electric traps around?
I'm not sure.
Set one of those electric traps. I guarantee. I will bet you $100, but then I don't know if you're going to be bullshitting me.
Shocking.
That you find one by tomorrow morning.
If I set the trap,
one electric trap.
I'll bring it in.
With some peanut butter in there.
Okay.
All right.
You got it.
I'm telling you, they're still around. Let's say hi to Dave in New York. Dave.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
How you doing, guys?
Good.
Good evening.
Hey, you.
Hey, happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thanks,
Hey, Dave. Do you work in New York City?
I work in New York City. I'm a pest control operator. I'm licensed in New York and New Jersey. And I just want to let you know you can rest easy, Opie. You don't. Those egg casings can be dropped in a bucket of acid, and nothing will get inside them. But if you crush them with your shoe, there's nothing that's going to hatch from them.
All right. What if one gets in the
the tread.
The tread of your sneaker or something?
Nah, they can't. They got to move around. They can be killed very easily when they're very small.
Sir, the way I kill roaches is I sit on them bare bottom. What if some of the eggs get caught in my ass hair?
Oh, jeez. I don't have an answer to that. I wish I did. But
Hey,
just
Dave.
want to let you know.
Dave, screw the roaches. I want to know about rats. You do pest control in New York City?
Yes, I do.
All right. What's your feeling on rats? How many rats are in New York City?
Millions.
Millions.
Rats, Michael. Millions. I go out and I fight the good fight every day, but there's more and more.
I read I finally. I never told anyone. Finally got to the end of that rat book that I've been, picking up every once in a while, and just fascinated with rats. Yeah, they're everywhere. Why don't we see more rats then? Everyone says there's millions and millions in New York City, but you rarely see one.
Usually they're nocturnal. You won't see them until the infestation is so big that they're running around in the street during the day.
Right.
So, they burrow underneath, and every once in a while, like if you're driving up West Street, and you know how they have those little, those concrete things with the trees coming out of them on the promenade?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you'll see one of them popping out of the sewer. From there, they're just going to grab something and they're running right back into the hole. So
You know where I see it?
primarily nocturnal.
You know where I see a good amount of rats? Not now that they're not doing they're doing construction, but Washington Square Park. When you walk by at like 3 in the morning at the park, you just see like the leaves scuffling constantly. They're moving around.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is infested. All parks are infested with rats.
Yeah, especially in the subway systems also. I mean, there's not any time of the day you can go down in the subways and see multiple rats. I know that when I'm walking to the studio in the morning, any garbage day, just pick any garbage day that there's a bag on the street of New York. If you kick it, rats will come running out of them. And it's happened to me a bunch of times.
Oh, my God.
Just
And
plenty
if
of rats.
they actually come towards you and they turn around real quick, they can get you with their tail.
Yeah.
And that hurts like a sumbitch.
How bad have you seen like roach-infested apartments or rat-infested apartments?
I've actually lifted up drop ceilings in office buildings and apartments where it actually pours down. I mean, it looks like a shower head full of cockroaches are coming down.
Oh, they just start pouring out of the ceiling?
Yeah, it's disgusting. I actually, when we're going in to do a clean out, I have to wear something similar to like a tight turtleneck kind of thing and zip up my coverall all the way to the top.
How about a glue hat in case they fall on your head?
Glue hat.
A hat made of glue.
I wear earplugs. It's gross. My neighbors think I'm insane. I got to strip down before my wife lets me into the apartment. I'm standing out there in my boxers before I can. I got to bag everything up before I can come into my apartment.
Sure. And the thing about rats, you'll never get rid of them. They get smarter with all the stuff you guys are coming out with to kill them, right? They learn.
It's true. Well, rats are smarter than actually mice because what a rat will do is send a probe rat out. If there's something new in the environment, when we bait, they'll send a probe rat out just to check it out, see what's going on, and if they come back and everything is all right, then they'll bring a few more of his buddies. It's actually kind of spooky the way they work.
Probe rat.
Is that why, like, they've done studies on rats, they've actually heard, when you listen real close, one going, but it's not my turn.
All right, you got point.
I don't want to go.
So what's going to
end bad feeling about this one?
Yeah.
What's going to end up happening with the rats? Let's say in New York City, is it going to get to a point where or do they control themselves because there's not enough food? Like, how does that work? Why aren't they continuing to multiply to the point where we have to just give up and leave New York City?
Well, actually, if there's not enough food, they will turn to cannibalism.
Right.
So it's a kind of delicate balance between baiting enough and then taking enough food and harborage away. This is where, like, the Parks Department comes in. Like, if they keep all the stuff trimmed properly, then there's no harborage for them. We need to be doing a regular baiting thing on a regular basis for some of these areas where a lot of these, they wouldn't allow baiting before, that kind of thing.
What do you mean by baiting? Like telling one rat that the other one said something about him?
Wait, why wouldn't they allow baiting?
Well, because you get a lot of these typical conservationists in New York City that won't allow, they feel that a rat is an animal, and, animals have quality of life and that kind of thing. So the conservationists in New York State, especially in New York City, have kind of tied our hands and kept us from doing the proper thing.
We're fucking doomed.
Yeah,
It's
that's pretty much
goddamn
what's
rat.
doing us in.
Are you kidding me?
Ridiculous environmentalists.
That's it. I mean, I'm kind of glad to hear I have a job. That's how I pay the bills. But
Recently I was walking home after a late night drink with some of the Philly crew and stuff, and we were walking by a brownstone, and there was some garbage, and I saw a rat go running into like the front area of a brownstone where there's some garbage, right? I go, wow, that's cool, and I went in for a closer look, and I swear to God, and maybe you could tell me what this means. The rat hissed at me. I didn't see it anymore.
Yeah, no shit, he hissed at you.
It started hissing. What does that mean? Was there babies in the area?
It was a cat.
No. Usually what happens is when you get too close and a rat is trapped, it'll get up on his hind legs and kind of do this hissing, kind of guttural sound, kind of to scare something away.
Or chews your face off.
Dude, let me tell you, I was fucking petrified because it was dark, and all I heard was this hissing coming from the darkness. I couldn't run fast enough.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And the problem with rats is on a hardness index their teeth are actually harder than steel.
Is there a way when the rat's like standing up like that and
Did
hissing?
you hear that? You can't just blow by that. Their teeth are harder than steel.
Oh, okay.
On a hardness index, yeah, they can.
Why don't they
actually
make buildings out of rat teeth? Smarty.
Go ahead, Jimmy. I'm sorry,
No,
but
sorry.
that's an amazing fact about rats. They could gnaw through anything. Is basically what this guy's saying.
Yeah, they can actually gnaw through sewage arcs, anything, below ground, any conduit that carries pipe, that carries, electrical wiring, anything like that. So they're really, really a nasty problem.
And they also know how to unlock their own jaws so they could get through tiny areas and stuff. They unhinge their own jaws.
Yeah, they don't have bones; they have cartilage.
Yeah, they can flatten their skeletons out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they can get their head into something, they can get their whole body. You can actually take a rat and fold him backwards to where his head is touching his paint, kind of thing.
Right.
And you won't break his bones.
I heard that's the equivalent of tickling a rat.
He loves
if you
it.
fold them backwards, you can actually hear them go tee-hee.
Look, I'm sniffing my own asshole.
Yeah, they kind of laugh about it, like, you got me.
You got
Rats are good-natured about the ribbing.
Yeah. the one thing about this book that I read, they said at any given time, I think I mentioned this on the air, but at any given time when you're walking around New York City, you're within feet of a rat.
Yeah.
They said there's all sorts of tunnels under every sidewalk. They're in the walls of almost every building. They're just everywhere.
Very true.
Let me ask you-
Very true. It's like a whole network moving right under your feet while you're walking on the sidewalk.
What about this way of getting rid of them? I've heard this might work. Whereas, what you do is you get into their, nests, and you take out their little positive affirmations that they hang, and you write negative things, and it depresses them.
You could do that. Send them in undercover like a little Rat 21 Jump Street or something. I don't know.
All right, thank you, sir. Good knowledge.
Thanks, guys.
Little knowledge today for everybody. Let's go to Louisiana. Carly, what's up?
Wipe that out.
Hey, guys, I have to tell you what happened to me. I've never heard this happening to anybody else. I'm building a house in the country, and before it's finished, we move in. One night, and needless to say, the mice just infested the house.
Wait, is there a country field behind it?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Are
sir.
those probably the mice from the field?
Field mice?
No doubt.
Oh, okay.
Infested. One night, I'm in bed.
Miss, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you said you hadn't finished the house. Was the roof on yet?
The roof was on.
Okay.
The
Didn't
roof was
rain on your
We
bed,
just
did
had
it?
an area that was obviously open.
Okay.
So my boyfriend and I are asleep in bed one night.
Was it spackled? Yes. And why aren't you married if you're going to live with somebody? Do you not want the Lord to accept you in? Let's get to the real meat of the issue.
Living in sin.
Yes, he sent mice and pestilence to your sinful home.
It was a plague.
Were there locusts in your bedroom, you whore? No,
Flaming hail coming down on your roof.
I'm kidding, miss. Go ahead. I apologize.
Okay, so we are awakened by the...
How much of the insulation was in place at the time?
That's right, ma'am. What percentage? Was there a fire in your home? Because you said it's never happened. You've never heard of it happening to anybody. So what has never happened?
Because I haven't finished the story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
You're
we
right.
need to know about your unfinished house first.
It's just an area that was unfinished.
There's no floors or toilets. They just put a wooden structure around dirt on a field and they live in it.
All right, Carly, go ahead.
Go ahead, madam. I apologize.
It's okay. So we are awakened by the worst noise you've ever heard. We throw the door open, don't know what is
Wait, the
going on.
worst noise I've ever heard.
Oh, really?
Wow. My mind is going 1,000 miles an hour and coming up with nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so the worst noise you've ever heard. So your door opened. I'm here, and I've got an idea.
We can start there, Jimmy, and continue.
E-Rock, have you seen my toothbrush?
Or, hi, I'm Rich. I'll be teaching your children.
See, that was a Rich Foss
Okay.
joke. Yes. All right, Carly.
Here?
Worst noise
Okay.
you ever heard?
We throw the door open, and there is a scene from Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds going on in the house. The birds have circulated a memo that this is Mouse House, and there are like 2,000 birds killing the mice all in the house.
Wait, 2,000 birds?
Okay, maybe 200.
That's still a lot of birds.
The house is black with birds. The house is black.
How did the birds get in?
Well, what does your house look like? Well, it's a little house on a stick, and it just has a hole in the front. And that's where we live. And the floor has all kinds of little seeds on it.
Seed floor.
Yes. It's a gingerbread house, and the birds like it.
And I can't even, talk to my boyfriend because it's too loud. We're having to scream at each other.
Were your floors made of newspaper? Maybe they misunderstood. Yes, my house is made of cage wiring. What's that?
It was bad. It was crazy. And the birds flew in, and they killed all the mice, and it went on for 45 minutes, and then they all left, and we never had mice again, and we finished the house.
Sounds like a scene out of Evan Almighty.
That's an amazing story.
Birds. It was horrible.
All right, Carly.
Okay.
Thank God you're all right.
Yeah, let's go to Dwayne in Minnesota. Dwayne?
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, Dwayne?
Not much. I was just going to tell you to shut up and let her finish her story, but after that ending,
Well, you see, we were kind of just...
Dwayne, here's the brilliance of us, because I see what you're saying up there. Do you have to ruin every story? We knew that story was going nowhere fast, so we were trying to get some humor out of it.
No, I didn't know where it was going, Dwayne. The bottom line is I knew she was going to get to the end. We were having fun with her along the way. What you don't understand about, if we just would have let her say it, then you have to go back and recapture moments that you wanted to goof on. It doesn't work. So a lot of times...
I got you, Jimmy.
Okay, that was why.
Look at that. He's cutting you off now.
As long as he understands.
All right, Dwayne, thank you. Let's take a couple more here. Keith in Jersey. Keith?
Yo, how you doing? Oh, hey.
Hey.
Jimmy.
Hey.
I got a little story for Opie and his little garbage experiences.
Yeah.
I used to live in Manhattan, and after a nice long night of drinking, our stupid little game was to kick the garbage piles on garbage night and watch all the rats scatter. And we would all run after the rats and try stomping on them. And we used to catch a couple of them and make a nice little splatter.
That's like serial killer shit, though.
Yeah.
There's a way to get rid of rats without just stomping on them with your boot.
By the way, that's a cool beginning to a story. That's not a cool story. It's a cool beginning. That should be part one.
I think if you lined up 100 guys, I think there's maybe one that would actually run after a rat and try to stomp it to death.
Stomp it.
The rest of them, even though we'd all act like we're brave, most of us would be like, fuck that.
You know the best way to catch rats, and I found this, is you dip your dick in cheese. And then when the rats grab onto it, you flick their little heads. That sends out a message.
All right, let's go to Tony in Jersey. Tony.
Hey, Jimmy, you're on fire today. You're fucking killing me. I had a huge bong hit. It was probably a $6 toke, I swear to God. And you said my house is on a stick with a hole in the front. I lost the whole fucking thing. I talked for 2 minutes. You owe me, kid.
All right, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to let you know.
Right on, man. Let's go to Kansas City.
I didn't mean that, though, because that was a birdhouse.
Hey, guys, this is Kansas City Dave. Kansas City Dave, what's up?
How you guys doing?
All right.
I used to go to Oklahoma and stay with my ex-wife still because I still fucked her for a little while after we got divorced. And the last time I stayed at her house, I woke up and I felt something crawling, and I flipped the covers up, and there was a fucking roach crawling out of my ass crack. That was obviously under her covers when I went to bed.
By the way, do you know right now that roach is somewhere saying, and I thought it was a good place to hide. All of a sudden, warm, disgusting air passed over me. I was in a guy's asshole. And all his friends are laughing at him like, what'd you do? The guy just got the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Grossest thing ever.
Yeah, for both of you.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Frank at Freehold. Freehold.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's up?
Hey, nothing much. I wanted to tell you guys, I used to work for Con Edison, man.
Did
you?
you?
A lot of the way that the roaches get into the buildings is through the ductwork. We used to do a service job. If we didn't do a complete service job all the way, you have to pack all the ductwork. And if you don't do that, the roaches are definitely getting in the building that way.
I want to find where the roaches are hanging out in this freaking facility. The big guys. Where we take down something and all of a sudden
they just scurry all over the place.
That's what I'm looking for with this whole thing.
frightening.
Let's go to Tom in Texas. Tom.
Hey, guys. The problem with baiting rats is that they die in your walls and it smells bad, and also it can kill your dog or cat if the rat's dead. So I was going to say the whole conservation thing, it's more of just, circle of life crap, where a dog will eat a rat that's had the stuff in it, and also it dies in your walls, and you have to tear down walls to get the little fella out of your
circle of death.
Your hair. but it stinks. It stinks.
Yeah, it seems like it would smell a dead rat in your wall.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir. Enough about the rats. All right, we'll take a quick break.
Someone has to tinkle.
So do I. Are we getting Wicklund on the phone?
I doubt he'll be able to come on today. He's probably hiding under his desk right now. The shield in front of him.
The number you have dialed has been disconnected. Don Wicklund is no longer here.
That's what it's going to be.
Oh, my God.
Down there, no matter who you call. It's going to be, you call up XM and only extension 1, 2, and 3 works. That's it.
Mark my word. Bloodbath.
Everyone else gone.
That's going to be the headline someday this week. I'm going to guess I'm going to go Wednesday.
Do you think it'll be bloodbath, or is there a clever way to say bloodbath in satellite terms, in XM terms? Execution. Like something like that. Execution.
How about ex-employee?
Ex-employee. Oh. That's good. That's a good one, too. It's going
to be a sad day. There's going to be a lot of talented people out of work.
Lightening the load at XM. I'm not saying these are good. I'm just saying what they might do in the paper.
Okay. Seriously bad. Yeah, there's awful little wordplay.
Yeah. It's going to be ugly over there, man. Wow.
People seriously going to lose their jobs, too. There's some people at XM haven't qualified. They have to run XM. XM still has to run for people that don't want any of Sirius' stuff. XM still has to run. It still has to have good programming. I mean,
no one is going to notice the people that are fired from Sirius. It's going to be all about how many people were fired at XM, and there's going to be a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah. Do we know anyone that we give a crap about, tell you the truth?
Most of the people that we knew
Let's see. Elo,
left.
Gonzo. Elo must be smiling ear to ear, just like I bailed at the perfect fucking time into a great gig. You know? Everyone else is like, humana, what do I do? What do I do? All those people, every time we went up there and saw them and said, what the fuck do they do? Gone!
Stephen S. from Bayshore wrote the headline, you motherfuckers.
Oh.
Serious firings going on at XM.
Ah, that is a good one.
That's the headline.
That's
right
the
there.
headline.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll continue.
Do you know the name of this show?
It's called Douche the Audience. Yeah. Why don't you tell the fine folks out there a little bit about Opie and Anthony?
Agree, laugh, laugh,
laugh, agree, laugh.
This is awful.
Please like me, please like me, please like me.
You're just audio diarrhea.
Agree, laugh, agree, laugh. Time to agree. Please like me, agree, laugh.
Oh, this is just horrible to listen to.
I better laugh so people think what was just said is funny. That Opie, oh Jesus. We have no business being here.
Agree, laugh.
Oh, just laugh. And laugh because you're uncomfortable. I don't know why I find that hysterical every time.
It's a hoot 100% of the time.
A hoot.
Opie and Anthony! Traveling Virus 2008, Saturday, August 2nd, at the PNC Bank Arts Center. Homedale, New Jersey. Homedale. Confirmed comedians include Jim Norton, Patrice O'Neill, Robert Kelly, Otto and George, Rich Voss, Mike Birbiglia, Greg Giraldo. Tickets for this event are on sale now. For more information, visit Ticketmaster.com. Now! The 2008 Traveling Virus Tour. PNC Bank Arts Center. Be there!
Hi, I'm John Mayer. Congratulations to XM for getting bought out by Sirius.
Wow. Celebrity little thingy there.
Yeah, our pal John Mayer did our show once. Likes our show.
Yes.
His brother's a huge fan of the show.
Mayer's a good guy because Ope's girl was mentioning when I said, I want to go see John Mayer, but I'm not sure if there's tickets available. So I just texted Carl, his brother, who's a cool dude. And a minute later, John just texted me back. He goes, "Yeah, whatever she needs." It's like he's a fan of the show. He's not, he's not a phony.
Yeah, John Mayer rules, and he was great at the PNC Bank Arts Center. So, all right, hey, we got a little something.
I'm Bob Slidell. This is my associate Bob Porter. We're trying to get a feel for how people spend their day at work. So, if you would you walk us through a typical day for you?
This is the dumbest radio show ever. It's just people eating and trying to prepare food and making fucking dick jokes.
Would you be a good sport and indulge us and just tell us a little more?
We have no boss or prepared material.
We don't know shit. It's gigantically ridiculous.
It's a fucking clusterfuck.
What would you say you do here?
Nothing.
It's a fucking abomination. There's no way to spin it.
Useless.
Gone.
See, that's us talking to the new bosses.
Gone.
It's a bunch of clips put together to make it sound like we don't do a good radio show.
No, that's not true, Jimmy.
Your name is Michael Bolton? What's your favorite song? I celebrate his entire catalog. That guy's a genius.
Are we a bit distracted today, you think, with this merger thing?
Ah,
Can't get
merger.
on the phone.
There's a great part. Let me finish my pretzel, then I'll tell you.
Oh, okay.
Remind me, it's American Psycho Talk 101.
All right, we'll move on to some material. Listen to this guy.
Ever been so angry at your lawnmower you've wanted to shoot it?
No.
Let me think.
I mean, no.
Because I've never asked my lawnmower for a blowjob and heard no.
What an
Lawnmower never got lippy.
I think I knocked a lawnmower over once, maybe kicked it.
Yeah, you get like mad if it doesn't start.
Right.
That's the big thing. It's like, brr, 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 brr. You're like, come on.
I pushed one in.
There's no gas in it.
I pushed one into the woods once out of frustration.
Yeah.
But no.
Ever been so angry at your lawnmower you've wanted to shoot it?
I have one time.
Yeah?
Because I was in my living room and all of a sudden the lawnmower came in and started cutting my shag rug.
And I really was looking for my gun. Ever been so angry at your lawnmower? You want to fuck it in the exhaust pipe and rape it?
You ever want to take a shit in your lawnmower's mouth?
Ever been
really
so
hates his lawnmower.
angry at your lawnmower you've wanted to shoot it? Police say 56-year-old Keith Walendowski has. He's now in jail over it.
I heard the gunshot. And then all the cops around. Then they hauled him away.
It happened Wednesday morning. Court
Yeah. Fucking guy. It happened.
Wednesday morning. Court.
Yes, we happened.
Around. Then they hauled him away.
It happened Wednesday morning.
It happened. Wednesday, but it happened Wednesday morning.
My God.
It happened Wednesday morning. Court documents say Walendowski, who lives in this house with his elderly mom, took a sawed-off shotgun and blew a hole in his lawn boy lawnmower. That frightened a woman who lives with the two. She called 911.
Oh, young
He's sober, he's
Budinsky.
just a quiet guy. He doesn't seem to, do much of anything.
Neighbors like Russ Beanick say Walendowski's a good neighbor when he's not drinking. But
You gotta love it.
When he's not drinking. Wow.
Too much of anything.
neighbors like Russ Beanick say Walendowski's a good neighbor when he's not drinking. But next-door neighbor Donna Kadow says that's not very often.
He's always drinking. That's normal for him. That's his life.
Why did you tell the neighbors to go fuck themselves?
You know, what a bunch of just Budinskis.
He's a nice guy when he's not drinking. Then the other neighbor's like, well, yeah, but he drinks pretty much
drinks all the time. So what? Leave him alone. The guy likes drinking and firing a few rounds off at his lawnmower. It's the problem.
Makes suburbia a bit exciting for you all.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourselves.
Sounds like a familiar story, too.
Well.
What?
What, some people get annoyed at things and fire a few rounds at it?
Allegedly.
I've heard of people doing that. They get angry at machines, things like that. It's silly, though, because it's an inanimate object that isn't going to feel it.
I wonder if you start off with shooting your lawnmower, or do you try talking and then putting it in a corner, then eventually spanking, and then you realize you're getting gas on your hand? and then you decide to shoot it.
Or perhaps the lawnmower wants to have a little talk with you and brings a little paper bag with it, and then pulls it out of the paper bag and shoots itself. It could happen.
Why your lawnmower
The little pull cord flies off the top. Dummy.
I was like, where the fuck is he going with this one?
Hard bud lawnmower.
That's funny.
Hey, let's say hi to Coke Logic. Coke.
Oh.
Coke Day Logic.
Ever get so mad at your PC you wanted to shoot it?
Oh, never. But I could see that happening.
Hey, we've heard rumors.
That sounds like a good animation.
All right, we got a second audio clip here.
And the criminal complaint says Walendowski appeared to be intoxicated when he shot up the mower. He told the officer he got upset because the mower wouldn't start. So in his words, I got my shotgun and shot it. He continued to say, I can do that. It's my lawnmower and my yard, so I can shoot it if I want.
If he's shooting at his lawnmower, what if the bullet would have strayed somewhere, ricocheted or whatever?
I would have killed an innocent weed whacker. Or perhaps the mulcher. He said he shot his lawnmower. He was drunk. He thought it was his wife. He was making a whole lot of noise.
It was the same sound. Shut up. When your wife sounds exactly like your lawnmower, it's time to shoot her.
It really is. He thought she was coughing.
Shut up. Trying to sleep.
Oh, you mouthy hole. Pipe down, would you?
Yeah. I've been that angry, though. Yeah. Common sense steps in.
Yeah. You just kick it real hard.
Yeah,
You don't pull out the gun, right?
Of course not.
Who's the reporter? Alan Sniffen?
Come on.
Come on. Very good. That's what? Pierce marked. Let's go with this. Company makes mandals. Candles for men.
What the fucking... I thought mandals were sandals. Like...
What?
Like mandals? They're like almost sandals, but...
For men?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mandals.
The key to this, you know that dumb show Fox
I got a
and Friends?
mandal. It's right between my legs. Grab onto the mandal around front.
That's right.
Mandal.
Pull it hard enough, and then chocolate pudding shoots out the back. Wouldn't that be funny if like you had this thing where every time someone tugged your cock, you just shit violently? How horrible your fucking dating life would be. And you didn't realize there was a connection until you were like 6 girls in, and you're in the car, and she just grabs your dick and tugs once, and
you just shit yourself.
Shit just blurbles out onto your bucket seats. God damn it!
And then once you identify that it is that a problem, how do you approach a girl that you care about? And you're going, look, I do have this problem. I know we're ready to, take this to the next level sexually. I just have to let you know something about me.
And then as you're fucking her and as you start to come, it just starts bubbling out of your ass. Like in fucking, what was that Daniel Day-Lewis movie where he was finding all that oil? Let There Be Blood? That's what your fucking asshole looks like.
Oh, shit.
Every time you come, shit fires out.
What an awful affliction to have.
Oh, talk about a dilemma. Girl's blowing you, and you're like, I don't like her that much. She's got a fucking neck full of treats.
You got Pat from Menaki. He writes, I shot the lawnmower, but I didn't shoot the weed whacker.
Oh, Christ. Just shoot him.
All right, here we go with the Mandals. Oh, yeah, the key to this, that dumb show Fox and Friends, they're reporting this as a real thing, and it's a fake internet commercial.
No way.
Yeah, so let's listen to this.
A guy has said he's had it with all the female-smelling candles around the house. You know, I don't know what you have, like
the vanilla,
butterscotch and all that garbage.
Lavender. Vanilla's big, lavender, yeah.
Well, a guy has now invented manly candles with such scents as leather, bacon,
Hunting Lodge.
What?
Cunt.
Salmon.
How stupid are these people?
They actually believed this, and it was just a scam.
Yeah, it's a fake internet commercial.
Like leather?
Hunting Lodge.
Big seller.
What does that smell like? Just wild animals?
Yeah. It just smells like sweat and gym socks.
Why? Men don't like those smells, stupid. That's why we have cologne.
Right.
And leather's a nice smell.
Shower and put on deodorant.
Hunting lodge is a nice smell.
Yeah.
It's all farts and glass. Shut up. Fucking assholes. It's not what men like.
Animals? Yeah. It just smells like sweat and gym socks.
Did you mention yard work?
I didn't mention yard work.
Yard work is one. You know what? They're working on a beer scent.
It's good.
But all they've got...
They are zany. A little too zany for their own good.
Oh, my God.
All they've got so far is the smell
They're
of
called
stale
Mandels.
beer. The Manly Man Candle Company is in Montana, Power, Montana. Check out their website. That's what you're seeing right here.
Wait a minute, go back. Oh, we can't go back. There was
Wait a
one, I
minute.
think I said urinal cake. Did you see that urinal
Look
cake?
at that one that we're stopping on.
Dog charcoal.
This is fake.
Yeah, they're not getting it. Urinal cake.
That's
Is that what you want? Urinal cake scent?
And the thing is, it's not like I was watching Fox and Friends and saw this. It's not like I was on the Fox website. Like, Yahoo News was reporting this as a story. Like,
People-
whatever state it was supposed to, Montana company, selling man candles.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because I figured, for the show, you guys could come up with your own, what man candles might be purchased. And then I'm realizing as it's going on,
candelabra looks like.
I go to their website because I'm like, urinal can't, like, there's no way that's real. So I go to their website. There's no contact information. There's no order information. It just forwards you to like a video site with like a gag commercial.
Yeah.
Like, didn't anybody do that?
No. You know what they do now, and this is the truth. Interns gather the news and give them a big list, and they pick out what stories they want. And then interns, No, that's why interns should just be relegated to getting fucking food. Getting the fucking food. Not going and preparing network news. Sorry.
Well...
What about radio shows?
Or radio shows. They're dummies.
Well,
we all know they're dummies.
Wait to hear the whole on this Fox and Friends and what she has to add to
Oh,
this.
boy.
Urinal deodorizer.
Bowling alley is locker room coming up.
You guys, this is disgusting.
Would you put one of these in your house?
Oh, wow.
Guys. Now.
This is disgusting.
What's disgusting about it? How about the female scents? Should we cover them? Like one is scrubbed toilet and one is coppery tampon? Fuck up. Stupid woman. No, guys,
this is disgusting.
Way to stop the fun, honey.
Was Ambisol for that loose tooth when she got a little lippy? Shut up. Quiet lady. Why does this one smell like Ambisol? Oh! Yeah, put some of this on.
It's funny, it smells like way too much face cream under one eye. It smells like the sour breath one gets when they make a panicked phone call.
How can we make the smell of too scared to leave? How about the scent of I got hit by a doorknob?
It smells like a cold meatloaf. Oh, guys, now. Why did she have to pipe in and ruin everything?
Room coming up.
You guys, this is disgusting.
Would you put one of these in your house?
Of course not. I have a man in my house.
You don't need to smell it?
I don't need a smellier thing.
Wouldn't it be funny she said,
you missed it.
I don't need a smellier thing. She has a man in her house. I don't need a smellier thing. That's right. Just castrate him and degrade him as a stink fucking monster that roams around your house without a dick.
She has a smellier thing. It's that fucking Sandy Duncan eye between her legs. What do you think? That's all petunias and roses?
Fucking wizard sleeve. I like that one.
Fucking, as you're PMSing and you're nervous and angry.
Oh.
You don't know, that fucking becomes like a swamp.
I don't need that.
That's right.
And stinks. Like what, his secretary, you dummy?
Well, how about that fucking awful, that cottage cheese box he was dipping his fucking dick into? Maybe that's why your man smells, because you have another yeast infection, you fucking monster.
Fucking old Cool Whip twat.
Exactly. Hey, fucking cream cheese pussy, you're the problem. You're the problem.
Oh, fuck.
I have a man already.
Like cock comes out looking like a parfait.
Is that the worst, picking those smelly things out of your pubes?
Looks like you fucked a stuffed shell.
What the hell is that? A stuffed shell.
That's exactly.
I got some Aragon.
Yeah, either you're a great chef or your cunt's got a problem. Fucking awful is that? And you're fucking. You look down and you see the milky white.
Yeah.
And you don't even want to pull your dick out because your hand will smell.
It's like the corners of my old math teacher's mouth.
Excuse me, honey. Is your pussy manic depressed? Your pussy's on Haldol.
Can I? That emasculating bitch.
Yeah, I've already got a man around.
I got something that's so smelly. Something smellier.
Pat from Menaki. What's the smell of? We would have named it Billy.
There you go.
Jesus. Tears and copper.
That's it. A little hard to find the wick on that candle, isn't it?
Exactly. Just a red round candle.
Looks like a red candle left on the stove, too close to the stove.
That's from the Boohoo collection. You put it in the little dumpster candle. You light them both together, and you put that next to the husband, the husband cheering candle. It's got two pumped fists raised up in the air.
The old crying grandparents candle.
Well, let's go back to the hall and see what she adds to this discussion.
Locker room coming up?
You guys, this is disgusting.
Would you put one of these in your house?
Of course not. I have a man in my house.
You don't need to smell it?
I don't need a smellier thing.
Well, I went through
in
the
house
newsroom. I went through
than
the
a
newsroom.
husband.
I went through the newsroom to try to find a candle that would be a manly candle. This is all that we had down there. It was a martini-shaped Cosmo
I
candle.
thought it was a fruity drink for me.
Which is perfect for Dave.
That is so gross. Who needs a candle that smells like a sweaty shirt?
Manly
or stale beer?
man candles.
Or dirty socks? No, thank you.
Or dirty socks. No, thank you.
Boy, her husband must have just fucking. How does he watch that? Watch her on TV and just go, "You fucking bitch." Yeah. I'd have the only way I could watch her doing that is if, like, the neighbor was bent over in front of me and you just fucking the neighbor's wife, watching her emasculate you. Really? I smell? Let me just shoot a load across her back while I watch you work.
Why is he so dirty? What does he do for a living? He digs graves in the Mojave Desert, and he has no fan. His fan's broken.
His fan is like he'd just be out there with a oscillating fan with a really long extension cord,
blowing hotter air on him
in the Mojave Desert. Why are they burying people there?
I don't know. It's apparently cheaper. Fucking behind a cactus. Oh, you sweaty, dirty socks. How about doing some laundry, bitch?
Yeah.
Would it be funny if she said, I already have a man. I don't need a candle to rape me. I hate her. Oh, fucking adding nothing.
He stinks.
Just the worst.
What a dope. Oh, guys, this is gross. Shut your fucking mouth.
Is it? All right, we're going to play a little catch-up.
How do you think we feel about that fucking hair on your nipples? You think we like that? You think we don't notice that? It's like fucking licking Charlie Brown's head. We tolerate it, don't we?
Oh, fuck.
That fucking one long hair on the nip. Snip that already.
Fucking mouse nose. A couple of whiskers. So she could tell if she could fit through the doorway. If the whiskers hit the edge, don't go.
Hey, we're getting to the bottom of this. Chester's Liver from RadioGoldFans.com. She's upset because her husband bought the candle that smelled like 18-year-old vagina. All right, hey, some of the stories we didn't get to last week because we had a very busy week. This one made us laugh pretty hard, so let's present it to the peeps.
Take a close look at bear attack victim Elena Hansen. Her face is covered in gauze as she's rushed to the hospital, and her journey to this point is an amazing story. She was walking in the wilderness in Kern County's mountains when a bear charged at her. Her two dogs tried to protect her.
You know, they obviously took on the bear to give her some time to get away.
The dogs took off running after the attack.
I improved with the dogs. Yes. Hello. She made fun of my improv skills, so I mauled her. The pendulum is swinging back the other way.
After the attack, and Hansen got away in her car, now covered with bloodstains.
Come screaming down the road and blowing their horn. And as the vehicle approached closer, I could see
Mr.
the
Horn. After a bear attack, she's still blowing the horn.
She's very musical.
Yeah.
And as the vehicle approached closer, I could see the driver's face was bloody.
But firefighter Eddie Childs had no idea what had happened.
She pulled up right here, got out of the vehicle, and said that she was frantic, and she said that she just got attacked, and I told her to wait here so I can get some additional information, and then that's when she jumped in her vehicle and...
And what?
And
what? And took off because you weren't helping her.
Head off.
Still in shock and covered in blood, Hansen drove 2 miles down the treacherous Paiute Mountain Road. Desperate for help, she came here.
What made it treacherous?
It's treacherous because she's bleeding.
It's just a dumb mountain road. What makes the road treacherous?
Boy, that first guy must have really been a help.
Yeah.
For her to hop back in the fucking car and drive away bleeding.
He's asking all kinds of stupid questions.
Yeah.
Bigger than a bread box? Asshole, bleeding.
I was eaten by a bear, dummy. Could you fucking get a bandage?
Right.
I like the fact they say, and he didn't know what was happening. How could he know? She's driving up with a bloody face. What would he know?
Unless the bear's sitting in the passenger seat, munching on her arm.
Yeah, or unless her fucking her license plate was BR Provoker. Oh my God, that's that lady that pokes bears in the balls and runs quickly. What has happened to her?
BR Provoker.
I don't know why I abbreviated bear.
And not Provoker.
Provoker.
Long license plate.
I just made a quick comedic decision that there's no way to abbreviate. I was PRVKR. People were like, what?
Provolone.
Yeah.
Breaking news from Travis. Yes,
Oh.
Travis.
I hate to throw Danny under the bus.
Oh, sure you do.
No, you don't. No, you're right, I don't. I ran in here. But Manly candles are real. Danny went to the wrong website.
What?
Well, here's the thing. It is misleading, and I'll agree with Danny a little bit, but if
all those scents are real. Urinal cake.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Now you're being silly.
Yeah. See, what I tried doing this morning when I was looking for show materials, I saw the story, I said, this is ridiculous.
Yes, sir.
Let me research this further. So I threw mandals or man candles, what have you, into some search engines, and I yielded a result which was a fake website with a commercial. And it's the same website that I saw Fox running.
Aha!
But it turns out there actually is a Manly Man candle company that does make Manly Man candles.
And those are the candles that they were showing on the report.
And the scents.
We order some?
Yeah. So
let's order them.
Danny and Fox News just got the wrong website.
I don't believe it.
But...
Oh, no, Sam is coming in now. This is a whole clusterfuck.
It's not the same. It's a different sense.
Different
yeah, but
sense.
They have the urinal scent on there.
Do they?
Yeah.
On what, the fake site?
Or the real site?
Or the real site. Real candle. I could get urinal cake candle.
Oops.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you're...
Shaped like a urinal
I
cake?
think you're lying to me.
Here's some of the real candles that you can buy from the Manly Man Candle Company. Hunting Lodge Leather Coffee Shop, Wild Alaska, Irish Springtime, Cedar Forest, Alpine, Yardwork, Clean Laundry, Grandma's Cooking, Berry Pancakes, and Pina Colada.
All right, see? That's like regular kind of whatever, manly things.
Pina Colada?
But not fucking...
Urinal cake.
Urinal cake or dirty sock.
Bowling alley, like they were reporting on Fox.
Side of balls.
Ball crevice.
Onion bag. When you fucking just keep sniffing it. You can't not sniff. You don't want to touch your tongue to it. It's like a battery. That fucking awful underarm smell on your bag. I love my own ball smell. Like when you know how you know you got a good dose on your finger?
You got to get under the
How?
No, I mean, I'm not saying you know how you know, but like, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, when you get a good dose on
like, you don't even move the ball. What I'll do is I'll fish my hand out. Like right now, I'm touching my balls, and I have my thumb. My thumb is holding the ball to the side. My 3 other fingers are on the leg, And then my pointer finger goes, allow me. and he moseys on down between the crack, and I nudge back and forth, and I pull out. And I have no smell right now at all. I'm very clean. I have none.
No ball smell.
None. A little oil because I jerked off last night. I did. It was a 6-shooter all over my stomach.
Why did you jerk off last night, Jimmy?
I don't know. It's just nothing else to do.
Bored?
I couldn't think of any good Bob Saget roast jokes, so I punished myself.
Time to jerk off.
Yeah.
Let's get back to this bear mauling.
Mountain Road. Desperate for help, she came here to Fire Station 78.
When Lady walked into the station, clearly was, a bear attack victim, tried to keep her calm, tried to stop as much as the bleeding as possible, and try to keep her stable.
Got one of the guys in a bear suit to come downstairs.
Were amazed by her will to live.
Considering the injuries that she had to her, it's pretty amazing that she was able to coherently drive down the mountain and find our station and actually still come in and be able to talk to us.
Then searchers launched into action, combing miles of this rugged terrain looking for the bear. But it was the dogs who tried to defend their owner that were found with scratches left from the mauling.
Went to see who got damaged, and it looks like both dogs are okay, thank heavens.
Now, people in this tight-knit community, including the victim's best friend, are praying for their neighbor's recovery, stunned that a woman so in touch with this picturesque wilderness has now fallen victim to it.
What kind of faggot bear is that a woman and 2 dogs get the best of him?
Yeah.
Jesus, you couldn't kill two dogs and a chick?
Chases them away.
Also, when there is that term tight-knit community.
Tight-knit community.
Every community is tight-knit.
No such thing. Do you talk to your neighbors?
Huh?
Fuck that.
I don't know my neighbor's name, although I did see my other neighbor, Bruce Willis, yesterday.
What? Really?
Yeah.
You don't have... He's not your actual neighbor.
Well, no.
Is it the Bruce Willis from the movies or just some guy named Bruce Willis?
Well, from the movies. We went to get on the elevator together.
Yeah?
But
what happened? Is security?
I had all my gym stuff on, and I really do smell like vinegar after I work out.
So you didn't want to be smelly in front of Bruce Willis?
Well, he's with his fucking 10 girlfriend, the model. She's amazing.
Yeah.
And so I nodded at him, and he kind of nodded back, just to be polite. But then I got on an elevator, and I thought he was going to get on mine, but then another one opened, and I wanted to double back, but I couldn't without being obvious.
Oh.
He kind of faked me out.
Gee.
So I was alone in the elevator.
All right.
Wow, that would have been good. A little elevator conversation with Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I would have said, hey, and he would have went, hey.
See? Conversation.
I told you one time I got into a cab that he was getting out of, and that's the whole story.
Yeah.
But I'm so pathetic, if I ever talk to him, I would mention it.
Remember?
You got it out of a cab, and I got in.
Remember?
You know how that happens sometimes here in New York?
Die Hard.
Yeah.
I'm just a flop.
A violent crime with an unusual ending, and the gangbangers apologized after the attack. The man beaten, stabbed, and sent to the hospital.
And not only did the attacker say sorry, apparently they offered their victim a ride to the hospital.
Yeah, you really don't see this sort of thing every day. Modesto police.
No kidding, you don't see this sort of thing every day.
Well, they finally get a little common sense and think, uh-oh, we might have a murder rap here.
Right.
Sort of thing every day. Modesto police telling us that they have 4 suspects here. These 4 guys, we're told, were very upset that someone went and busted out the windows of their car. So what do? They find a house where they think the guy who did it is. They bust on through the door. They're looking for revenge, but they leave with only regret.
I heard a person just say, he's in the house, and that woke me up. When I ran to the stairs, I see 3 guys already on top of my friend.
Kicking, punching him.
He goes, he broke our windows to the car. He goes, no, I didn't. I was trying to tell you guys that, but you guys started pounding on me.
The gangbangers realize they've got the wrong guy. That's when they try to help the victim, pounded, pummeled, and in pain.
And he goes, turn around. I want to see your back. For what? He goes, I have no weapons. He goes, it's not that. It's because my friend just stabbed you. He goes, what?
Exactly. That's the reaction we were hoping for from the audience today.
Yeah.
But the thing is, how they realized the guy didn't do it because he said, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like, what guy would go, oh, yes, that was me?
Yes, I did that, and I do it again.
That's right. And just fucking Reeboks being put into your jawline.
Stabbed in the back, a deep wound, now dripping blood.
And I'm just looking at this long, thin knife. I go, oh, my God.
Suddenly, criminals with a conscience.
And he goes, oh, man. He goes, I'm sorry. And he's like, if you want, we'll take you to the hospital. And I'm looking at him like, what?
This is really what gangs have to offer our community, is these senseless acts of violence.
For just 2 broken windows, you're going to stab a person?
The four guys take off, but not before taking another stab at an apology.
And he's all, I'm sorry, and he hugs me, and I'm like, what?
Really?
Hey, at least they fucking... Look, first of all, I'm on the gangbanger side on this one.
Yeah.
Someone breaks your windows. Wouldn't you want your friends to go in and stab them?
Of course you would.
And then they get the wrong guy, and they're like, all right.
They stabbed the wrong guy.
Yeah, silly us.
Obviously somebody's good friend. And the only reason they took him to the hospital so while they're there, they could get an AIDS test. Jesus. The fuck was that guy trying to fool?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, there's some...
Be realistic here, Henry.
They stabbed the guy in the asshole and the knife just disappeared. His asshole, it opened up like horse lips and grabbed the knife.
You're going to have to do better than that, sweetie.
Sounds like the neighbor was looking for a gangbanging himself.
Yeah. When I heard gangbangers were coming in. Ooh.
I quickly showered and got ready.
Wow. There's a blast in Istanbul. I got a call yesterday from fucking Steve. Steve Wigg. He's the guy he's Lars' assistant, and his buddy Joey, who works for Metallica, is the one that kind of got us up on stage at Bonnaroo.
Look at you.
And they called me from Istanbul yesterday. Now there's a bomb there.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. I'm just hoping that they weren't near it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Would you just tell that story over there? Is that what happened?
But it wasn't a punchline story.
No, of course
it was
wasn't.
a story to galvanize people into action.
It's okay, Jimmy. I understand.
I just realized that, like, where my friend called me from, there was a bombing. But I don't know what I was doing.
I like guns. I love being armed.
Are you insane? No.
You know, some girls actually enjoy having a gun put to their head while you fuck them. Shut up, shut up.
He's nuts. He's just fucking nuts. Man, heading toward line of the day. This is crazy. Still trying to get Don Wicklund on the phone. Where are we at with that, Steve?
Good luck.
Come on, man.
You know what happened last time?
What happened?
That was when we were trying to get Logan on the phone.
What happened?
And it turned out he was no longer with the company, pretty much.
Yeah. Do you miss Logan?
Not at all.
No.
I don't yet, but I will. We hadn't talked to him in so long anyway.
Yeah. Barely talked to the guy. No, I'll miss, like, hanging out, drinking, but he hasn't done that in a while anyway.
Long time. All right, we got one more thing before line of the day. Mr. T, his Snickers bar commercial.
One of my favorite ELO things was when, after we did, was it Letterman, I believe, and we went back to watch it in Bob Eatman, our super agent, Bob Eatman's hotel room. And me and Logan emptied his minibar. And you know how Bob is. He's what they call thrifty.
He's a cheap Jew.
Right. And he would not even take anything out of the minibar. Minibars, everyone knows, they're ridiculous markup. I don't know why, but they figure for the convenience of putting it in something in your room, they can mark it up 800%. I don't know why that is, but that's just the minibar. So Bob would never take anything out of there.
I think he forces his wife to get snacks. He's the one, right?
Yeah.
Someone told me this story. I think it's Bob. Forces his own wife to buy snacks before they go to a hotel, so she doesn't go into the minibar.
Into the minibar, she could just grab some chips and stuff.
Convenience.
Yeah.
You do it for the convenience of it.
You walk in there and it's 3 a.m. and you open it up and there's a bag of Famous Amos cookies. Fucking A.
$37.
Here, $37 was well worth it. But so we went through all of Bob's booze and beer and everything. I can only imagine it was in the hundreds of dollars worth of booze that we drank out of his minibar. And he was there watching us do it, getting all nervous and shaking. But he couldn't say anything because he didn't want to appear cheap. And we were celebrating something kind of cool.
And you could tell he was freaked out.
Oh, yeah. And me and Logan are just like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Elo, what do you want? Another one? Amstel. All right. We're just cracking them open. Poor Bob is there having a nervous breakdown.
Well, because Bob got the best of Elo with our negotiations. So
yeah.
Elo got him back. Remember after Letterman, the $2,000 bottle?
$2,000 bottle of wine first. pawned that off on him first.
He forced Bob to buy a $2,000 bottle of wine.
Classic.
In celebration of our Letterman appearance.
Yeah.
And under the guise, we'll split this. We'll split this dinner bill.
Nope.
Maybe the wine wasn't $2,000. Maybe the whole bill was. I don't know. But it was
I think
way
the
up
bottle
there.
of wine was like $2,000.
Was it up there?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And it tasted just like any other wine.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
What are you going to say, though? $2,000?
You know the story that Bob refuses to let die is the famous Anthony Lobster story.
Yeah.
He mentioned that the other day again.
I got like a fucking 5-pounder.
No, I think it was way more than that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Maybe 8?
It was $30-some-odd a pound. And we went to this place, and they said, look, we're out of the 2-pound lobster.
Yeah.
So you could either get the pound lobster or the 10-pound. It was something ridiculous.
Some ridiculous.
Or the lobster with Down syndrome.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Had a little Mo wig on.
So Anthony looks at Bob, and we were frustrated that there was no movement in our careers after we fucked up. Looked at Bob and looked at the waiter and went, I'll take the 10-pound
Give me the 10-pounder. They brought this fucking thing over there. It was ridiculous.
And Bob just almost
Giant.
had a heart attack. Snickers, Mr. T's speed walking commercial that got pulled globally because people complained it was homophobic after airing it in the UK.
I like your Snickers bar. Just don't stick it in my ass.
Because I ain't no fag.
I like to put it in my mouth, but I bite it quick so it don't feel like a dick with little lumps on it. The 18, that stands for ass. I don't like ass. One too many.
I suck on my Snickers bar, hoping it don't have a cream filling, because that'd be gay, and I don't like the gay.
I like a Snickers bar with 2 Reese's Pieces on my chin.
Speed walking. I pity you, fool. You a disgrace to the man race. It's time to run like a real man. Take that, speed walker. Do it again, sucker. And there's gonna be trouble with the capital Mr. T. Snickers, get some nuts.
Get some nuts.
So what
yeah, the speedwalker guy was really effeminate. He's speedwalking. You ever see people speedwalk? And he's really moving his ass a lot, like shaking his ass, and he's in little shorts. And he's speedwalking very faggily. And Mr. T comes rolling out like something out of the A-Team, because that's kind of what this is, the whole thing is a goof on, and fires this Gatling gun with Snickers in it at the apparently gay gentleman speedwalking.
But if gay people don't want to be stereotyped, do they have the guy being gay or saying anything?
No, he just kind of looks very feminine in his speedwalking.
Speedwalkers aren't straight guys. There was one in my high school.
Swimwalkers are the best.
There was one in my high school, and
yeah, speedwalker.
Yeah.
So they walk backwards into things. Speed walk backwards into fucking cucumbers.
How does he walk so fast with his hands around his ankles and his trousers down? He dropped his trousers. And his belt buckle's actually dragging. It's never
cling, cling, cling. It's just backing into things.
Backs up so quickly, there's little sparks from where his belt buckle's hitting the sidewalk.
Doorknobs and fucking corn cobs. Whatever.
Where would a corn cob be where you could back into it with your asshole?
At your neighborhood grocer, hanging out on a shelf.
Look at this commercial. Looks ridiculous. Actually, is it a tank?
That was a different one.
That's different.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was a
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. I haven't seen any. It's in the UK, I guess.
Yeah, why would it be over here?
Well, figures they buckle and pull it.
Yeah, let's
fucking cowards.
Let's do a little line of the day and get the hell out of here and see if we got jobs or not. Here's the Speedwalker commercial.
Yeah, the internet is very slow today.
Right, what's wrong with the inner tubes?
Well, it's
like that YouTube, that little bald circle going in.
It's just circle loading.
It's
Buffering.
Oh, here it comes. There's Mr.
Of
T.
him proposing to her.
See? Guy's gay, right?
Speed walking. I pity you, fool. You a disgrace to the man race. It's time to run like a real man. Take that, speed walker. And there's gonna be trouble with the capital Mr. T. Snickers, get some nuts.
Mr. T's hair is looking very cotton candy-ish.
Yeah. He's old.
That's kind of funny, though, no?
I thought the commercial was kind of funny.
It forced the speed walker to run because speed walking is ridiculous. It shouldn't be
Getting
a sport
Snickers bars
anymore.
shot at him by a big giant Negro. Of course, he's going to start running.
Yeah, I'm surprised the guy didn't stop because he said they were black dicks. he didn't
Catching him in his mouth,
in his asshole, on his feet. He doesn't drop one. This fucking asshole looks like a Snickers holder, like pens or have a pen holder.
Yes, like the guy that broke the cigarette smoking record in Guinness Book of World Records.
I hate you. It's right there. Fucking A.
That's what his mouth and asshole look like with Snickers bars.
Snickers bars.
His ass looks just like that guy. All right, let's do line of the day. Get the hell out of here. Carbonite.com, I believe.
Right.
You're still with the Carbonite?
Of course.
That's something you use to back up your computer hard drive so you never have to worry about losing any of your files. Check it out at Carbonite.com. Promo code XM. Here is a runner-up line of the day.
The house is black.
How did the birds get in?
Well, what does your house look like? Well, it's a little house on a stick, and it just has a hole in the front.
He meant a birdhouse.
That's a brilliant line. Coke Logic writes, Ope, you're killing us out here. When are you going to have a meeting with anyone to talk about your future with satellite? I would imagine that they would get a hold of us soon.
They
now
will.
that the merger has gone through.
Yeah, the merger went through. They got a clean house. They know we got time. We're not going to go anywhere. They'll do the right thing.
They got to do something between now and October 1st.
They will.
They're sharpening the machetes. We know that much. What do we know? The merger is going to be official sometime today.
Yes.
And then by tomorrow, I would bet they're going to start lopping a lot of heads off at XM, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
Meaning a lot of very talented guys are going to be out of work. That always sucks. Hopefully we survive and continue.
We will. I have no
We'll see what
doubt.
happens.
The NAB is fucking disgusting, and they fucking douche satellite for all this time. And now the merger finally happened, and we'll be fine. We're not going anywhere.
The NAB laughed at satellite radio, so it's funny that they spent all this time and money trying to prevent the merger because the NAB allowed all those satellite radio commercials on regular radio back in the day.
It's amazing how fucking stupid they are. Instead of just dealing with their own antiquated way of doing things and having some competition, they've had the only show in town for so long, and they've done nothing but fucking suck the government's dick with language restrictions and fucking whore themselves to advertisers. They're disgraceful.
Regular radio did it to themselves. Yeah. They were the only game in town, and they didn't worry about the future.
No.
A lot of guys got some big paydays. Big paydays.
Certainly did.
And then got out of regular radio and let it just suffer and suffocate. Here's another runner-up line of the day.
Go eat corn. We don't even have to wash our corn here. That's how great Iowa is. Iowa stinks. One match would wipe your state out.
Jimmy was on fire today.
But just that dummy going, yeah, you just keep making jokes. Like, that's what the show's about. Fucking asshole. You fucking emasculated fucking cracker. He's so threatened by the black dick. He's so threatened by the idea that his woman will fucking take one of those giant, delicious cocks in her and fucking walk away from him. Believe me, he jerks off to cuckold porn.
You think?
Guaranteed. Yeah. Where the husband's forced to suck it too.
Oh, wow, that is more than a cuckold.
Yeah, he likes the cream pie, too. I bet he likes that bull to come in the house and fuck his woman, and then she squats over his face, and good boy cleans it. Clean it, trucker boy, clean it.
Does that shit go on?
That's the sound he makes. Yeah, but you can always tell before you fucking watch it if you're on hotmovies.com.
There's actually it's an interesting one. I believe it's eFuck. That's EFUKT.com.
Oh, yes.
And it's a guy had gotten a black guy to come back to a hotel and fuck his wife, but the black guy was just too excited about the whole thing, and like he comes like within 4 seconds, pretty much, like 2 or 3 times, and then when he finally does, seal the deal, the wife takes it in her mouth, and then he starts kissing her. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Wow.
It's a very freaky thing.
Kazowie.
Ooh, it's the most disgusting thing I've ever watched twice. Can't believe I came to that. Ugh. Sarah Swirls, I love. Look her up. She's a fucking white chick. She just loves black dick. But there's no guy
Danny,
shit. It's just
Danny's
her.
finding it now.
Can you find some Sarah
Danny's gonna
Swirl?
no, he's gonna find the other one.
Yeah, the other one's probably much more entertaining. Sarah Swirls just likes black cock.
All right, as you find
yeah.
that, let's do another runner-up line of the day.
I don't even know what it's called. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sure they got the new logo waiting.
It's gonna be called the company we used to work for. Little, nervous humor.
Little merger humor. Little merger humor.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, I found it. It's called You Suck at Fucking My Wife.
You suck at fucking my wife. That's what it's called? Holy shit.
Jesus.
Oh, that's funny. You suck at fucking my wife. This guy's...
The text reads...
Proposition is a black man to fuck his wife, hoping to satisfy her desire for a huge cock. The black man gladly agrees, but later discovers that fulfilling his role isn't as easy as he'd anticipated. Wonder why. Take one. Trouble achieving erection.
They really kill this guy, don't they? They just...
Certainly do.
Well, I mean, if the audio, I mean, obviously you see him fiddling.
Oh, he's really tugging.
Yeah, and like in the audio, you can hear the husband behind the camera going, "Does this usually happen with you? You have problems like this all the time?"
Why don't you go down on him and then climb on top of him like that?
Let's try that.
Once you get him going.
Well, look at
Once
this
you get
pig.
Back, you'll be hard.
Yeah, but she's white. I mean,
I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe I'm just not relaxing here.
Yeah. That shit happens. Feel like this pressure.
and the husband's just fucking filming this.
I don't get it.
Let's take a break.
Take two. Premature ejaculation.
Oh, shit.
Did he come before he?
Did he just?
Yeah, he just came. What a fucking loser.
This is the director's nightmare.
She just fucking She didn't even sit on it. She got up to sit on his cock, and he fucking shot his load.
Wow, it's a hell of a compliment.
Take three.
More premature ejaculation.
She's sucking his dick, and he goes, "Oh, I'm coming again." And he's coming again. Jesus Christ. And the husband,
husband's
got a head like Ron Howard.
I thought it was stunt brain.
The husband's right up. Oh, he's licking the cum off her face.
Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
What the fuck is wrong with that guy?
Now there's video of just an empty bed. Final act, the husband's turn.
Oh, the husband's fucking her.
And the other guy's now robbing their house.
He's taking all the shit out of the minibar.
They wait, they come, they finish, the cameras are gone.
What the fuck is that? Is that the guy making that noise?
Jesus Christ.
But then after this, it's just the way they're all just casually talking about how the guy was just fucking his wife.
Nice big caps that I can send you.
Oh.
Of yourself in action.
I will appreciate that. I'm going to leave here and make an appointment with my urologist.
All right, let's get to it.
Oh, it's funny. Remember when you shot the load in her mouth and I lapped up your cum? Jesus.
Here's another runner-up line of the day.
Oh, okay, so the worst noise you've ever heard. So your door opened. I'm here, and I've got an idea.
That was really good. Right to the next one.
Or perhaps the lawnmower wants to have a little talk with you and brings a little paper bag with it and then pulls it out of the paper bag and shoots itself. It could happen.
Why your lawnmower
the little pull cord flies off the top. Dummy.
That was funny. One more runner-up. Here we go.
So A-Rod slept with Madonna. Before that, Charles Barkley. And before that, Dennis Rodman. She's going to wind up with athlete's cunt.
That was awesome. And that was on regular radio, too.
Yeah. He blurted that one out.
Don says he's going into a meeting, so he hasn't been in a meeting. He's been avoiding us.
Now he's going into one, which probably isn't good.
No. And here is your line of the day.
Here comes line of the day. Line of the day.
Just a red round candle.
Looks like a red candle left on the stove, too close to the stove.
That's from the Boohoo collection.
The Sounds of Steve. Puddle of AIDS. Hot Movies is so addictive. Jimmy's going to be bleary-eyed and have arthritis in his right hand.
I've already been to Hot Movies many times.
What's Hot Movies all about? Is it homemade movies?
No. HotMovies.com. You buy an account, and they charge you by the minute, but you believe me, $60 lasts a long time. There's thousands of movies broken down by category and everything, and you can watch little clips of them. And they have every major movie. It's fucking amazing how many movies they have. Danny, go to categories.
Does it have some of the...
Or Scattergories, my favorite game show.
Oh, Scattergories.
Does it have some of the fun movies from the 80s, like the comedies from the 80s, Jimmy?
It's probably got all of them, because look at that.
Oh, it's not just porn, really?
Oh, it is all porn. Oh. But I mean, those are all porn movies broken down by category.
Anal, animation, appearance, exclusive movies, fantasies,
big
fetish.
clits. 43 movies featuring big clits. Big butts. 1,646 movies featuring big butts.
Wow.
You want fetish? Adult babies and fatalism, 32. Amateur, 3,825. Amputee, 2. Not a big amputee market.
No, the drop off there from amateur to amputee.
Yeah, because the directors for amputee movies always hit the wrong button with their stumps.
I said we go with a little amputee video to end the show.
You have to join the. You have to join the site.
Well,
of course you do.
Use up one of your minutes for the show.
And Long Jean Silver, she's got her own stump.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
Someone's chewing
She's
their bubble
got a
gum.
leg stump. Ew, it's all like gnarled at the end.
I know, it looks like a turnip root.
Yuck.
Nice root, bitch.
She's been poking people in the shitter, it looks like. It's all
fucking
rotted.
horrendous.
Right.
Looks like an aardvark nose.
Actually, I think I've seen a piece of this on that very same website, eFucked.
Oh,
really? Yeah, I think I showed it to you guys once before, where she's actually, I guess you'd call it legging another girl. She's just
legging,
yeah, we watched
stump
that.
fucking her.
Yeah. Hey, Chester's Liver writes, hey, Ope, Hot Movies used to be a sponsor of yours that you did live reads for.
They were great.
Well, I guess the fucking advertising didn't work too well, if I don't remember.
That's a good porn site, man.
All right,
it
we'll
only
check it
works
out,
in
Jimmy.
Windows, though.
Can we go home, Neil?
I think so.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Yo, 6 o'clock every morning, you waking up yawning to the sound of your alarm clock alarming. About an hour from now, you should be at your place of employment, which is annoying cause it's so boring. Your co-workers be talking too loud for you to ignore them. It affects your occupational performance. You wonder why your workload is so enormous, because your boss just laid off 3/4 of the whole office. People get depressed, they get ulcers from the stress that the corporate environment causes. Regardless of how you ultimately want to solve this, seems to me like you got 1 of 4 choices. You can take a new job offer for more tips, stick it out a little longer, or forfeit. But my advice to anybody that wants to quit, it'll feel much better if you say it like this. Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. Take this job, take this job, take this job and shove it. Yo, if the boss is a SOB, tell him the SHOVE, the JOB. Put your middle finger up slowly, put it close enough to his face so he can examine it closely. Say I ain't working here no more, who do you think you are? Rip your apron off, throw it on the floor, run to the door, to the payphone, make a toll-free call. Tell your spouse what happened to where you are, so they can come and get you in the car later on, and help you search for a new 9-to-5 job. If the unemployment line ain't that long, you can take your time filling out W-9 forms. Eventually you get on if you try hard enough, and you get money if you keep punching your time hard enough. Maybe you hate it, maybe you love it, but if you hate it, all you gotta do is get mad and tell your boss to take this job and shove it. placed in something spacious, while the most hated get placed in some small cubicle spaces, or get thrown down in the basement, get your stapler confiscated. You constantly waiting for a paycheck. 12 months pass by and you still ain't get paid yet. Here's an optimistic motto: if you ever late for today, you can say you early for tomorrow. Most 9 to 5s are hard, cause the description of the job ain't no picnic in the park. People get hired, drink coffee to stay wired so they don't get tired, sleep late and get fired.
You came in late, you already ate. Now, you wanna take a lunch break?
Hey yo, bust it, ain't no need to discuss it. Just take this job and shove it right between your buttocks.
Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. Take this job, take this job, take this job and shove it.
Opie, Anthony.
Opie and Dopey.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.